I'll start you guys up here.
Woo.
Last time. What happened last time? Oh. You all decided to morally check yourselves on what it is you're exactly doing. You have the sphere, and you survived a pretty deadly encounter. Now you were wondering whether it was the right choice to actually take this quest and actually accept it for what it was. You didn't. You began to look for different avenues in order to be able to make what it is you wanted and feel right, at least for the majority of the group. In kind of looking for that, you decided you'd like to make your profits a little bit bigger the harder way by looking for a talisman of the sphere. And you went to the library in order to find out more. At which point Davix did naughty things with the Lich.
He smooched him.
He smooched him.
We made out, everybody. Say it, George. Just
the
say
forbidden
It's
smooch.
it. There was tongue.
And now they're getting married. No, now Davix has some extra benefitos. Beyond that, not much else. You guys stuck to... I believe Davix found the book for you guys. And you have 8 locations you can look for. Actually, no, 4 locations in your nearby area to look for that talisman of the sphere.
Alright, I'm back. I had to apparently put up a shocker.
Of course, DOS was peeking. Davix didn't realize it. And,
Oh, I forgot about that.
God damn you.
Oh,
It was the monkey, not her. Was the gorilla.
The gorilla. What are you guys doing?
We're gonna go get my lightning blade. Let's go. Come on, guys.
Pack up. Get your things.
So where's the talisman at, or whatever? Where's that?
Get 4 different locations on Thay that would lead you towards it. We're gonna name those locations Location 1, Location 2, Location 3, and Location 4.
Damn, did you come up with those names yourself?
Crazy names.
Yeah.
Those are too confusing for me, Joy.
Which
You're
one's
confident.
which one?
He's a simp.
Minus DOS and Davix, Jane pulls up the book and says, okay, we've got this area, this area, this area. I think this one's not too far, just like 4 blocks away, I think.
First stop then.
Oh yeah, because there was like a wizard conclave or something, right? Nearby.
Mm-hmm.
The old wizard orgy gathering.
Oh. Is this your, as a player's imagination, or Opal's?
Both. Let's say both.
Please state it for the jury.
I mean, I guess we head that way.
Oh, of course, you would choose that place. Later on, having a conversation with Opal about wizards, and it's all awkward and innuendos, and you're like, it's not a wizard at all. That's... Who taught you that? Pirates? Oh.
They know all, really. You know, the underground secrets.
Assuming no changes in motives, each of you begins to leave the library and follow Jane's kind of like copy of the areas, or the rough directions that these areas might be. Assuming she can even find the area.
She has a map, though.
Does she?
We have a map, don't we?
Okay.
A half-made map, but a map.
Yeah, I can help her, like, pinpoint the location. Assuming it's on, like, the area that we've made.
I mean, it's only a couple blocks
DC
down.
15 wisdom check. Passes. As four flying entities cover the skies for you, you guys move along the cobblestone roads, slowly making way towards that direction. 2 turns later, you find this grand manor. Must be a grand manor. No, it must have like a menagerie of rooms inside. At the very least, you count 15 windows from the one side you're looking at. It was no doubt some noble's stead or area of ease. And you sit in front of kind of like a broken gate. All the life around it already sucked out due to time or growing out of hand on the corners. The door is wide open and just swinging back and forth, creating an awkward creaking sound. Jane looks at all of you. I think this is the place. Bramble Bam's Manor.
Guess we start looking.
What was it? Bramble what?
Bramble Bam.
Split up and look for clues, gang.
That's what speak of. She said, "Make sure to watch your periphery. Things can be hiding in these such buildings." And she's kind of like trying to put something together and just not. She's taking her time with it. Just kind of knelt down, working with what appears to be a lantern with a single hole on the front of it, trying to get it lit.
Trying to get it lit in here.
Yeah, fucking blaze it.
Do you need help with that?
Yes. And she lifts up the lantern. It looks to be a lantern of revealing. It's got like an eye on the.
Why do you want to put fire in the eye?
She wants to fire her eyes. Let her do what she wants.
Pew pew.
Yeah, I'll help her light.
All right. So she would take that lit lantern and then put it on the end of her broom, which kind of hovers beside.
And you see the broomifly slowly fly at your side, letting the weird hooded lantern shoot like a ray forward, almost like a cone of light.
good idea. I don't want to. I'll cast See Invisibility on myself.
Wow, wow, wow. You cast the incantation and place it into your eyes. You now see flying entities all over you, but nothing concentrated on the inside of the house.
Okay. Seems alright for now.
I'm gonna look through the window.
Yeah, Mordred pulls out his sword as Opal goes for a window.
Oh yeah, just gonna be holding on to her the blindside dagger.
Pulling out your blindside dagger, you begin to tune into its extra senses, letting yourself kind of be taken into that extra dimensional type of scene. You look through the window and don't see much. A murky room that's seen better days. No perception check. See a shadow move from the door on the opposite side. The door that lets you enter into this room. See a shadow move from right to the left.
Oh. Did it move like quickly, kind of shambly?
Up and down.
Up and down. It is an orgy room now.
Stop projecting.
I guess I'll just go back. There's probably something in there.
Excellent, Mordred says. Who goes in first?
You.
No. I have to protect this
Mordred.
one. I have to protect this one, and he
And
points to
take
Jane.
her with you.
Okay.
No.
He pushes Jane in front of her.
I'll go in first. Jesus. Whoever that is.
Assuming you walk up, you hear the creaks of the wooden stairs leading up to the door go awry. You eventually reach the door and have to slightly push the door out of the way as it kind of swings into you. As you walk in, you reveal to yourself a huge, I think the word's boudoir. No, it probably isn't, but it's like
Foyer.
Foyer.
foyer. It's a large kind of like greeting room, if you will. 2 grand stairs leading upwards with rails on the side allowing you to walk along the entire edges of the walls that you see before you. At minimum, you count at least 10 rooms in your sight, and there's still corridors going onward and onward.
A lot of doors. Wait, what side was the window that I looked through on?
It's on the left.
Let's go that way and I point right.
Why?
That's where I saw that. I saw like a shadow thing.
To the right?
I mean, I saw a shadow move. No, the left. That's why we're going right.
Then shouldn't we go deal with that first?
I guess.
You saw it in...
I just saw something. I saw a shadow. Didn't see anything specific. This is what you're asking.
Based on the window that she was looking through, can I sort of like know like which room it was? Based on like just what we see on the inside of the house right now? Like the hallways?
Yeah, you can tell which one it is. It's like a door. There's a corridor going all the way down. And you see at least 5 doors lined up along that corridor. And then it turns off to the right, further into the house.
I'd rather not give whatever it is a chance to corner.
I mean, it's going in the opposite direction that we would be.
There's likely things to find in all directions. Let us choose one.
Say the sooner we identify any threats, it would be better.
I'm sure that any threats will identify us by given time.
I mean, yeah, at one point or another we'll bump into them. But if you can hopefully find what we're looking for and then just leave, that would be nice too.
Das walks towards the left door with her lantern. Or corridor, did you say?
I'll walk next to her as well.
Mordred and Chain.
Fine.
Chain take the main room, kind of taking in the area. Not sure what Azale and Arashi are up to.
I'll just follow them from behind.
Yeah, same.
You push in as a full group together, Das leading the group with her lantern. You kind of whisk it back and forth, swinging on the kind of like the little rusted spigot that holds it up and down, allowing you to hold it without burning yourself on its light. Swing it back and forth, letting its light touch every wall, every type of dark corner to make sure you're not missing anything until you hit the room. Door seems to be open. Very nice, old, dusted decorations, clearly put up for some form of guest room. One single bed, very on the full end of the size spectrum. Nice room, but old and dusty.
Opal, you said that you expected something to be here. Where is it?
I said something went in that direction. She keeps pointing down the hallway. That's all. I didn't see what it was or if it stopped here.
Das would take a quick cursory look around that room. If there's nothing that immediately stands out as a threat, she would continue down the
Wait, could it? Oh, sorry.
Go for it. Go ahead.
No, I was like, wait, I don't. The likelihood of us finding it in like a regular room seems unlikely. An item like this, wouldn't it be like in an office or in a main bedroom or something like that?
No, yeah, but just taking
Might, go by a little faster and then.
taking note of our surroundings and any threats is also a good idea.
We can choose between carefulness and directness, as far as I see. Which do we choose?
Nothing says we can't do. Oh, you have the whole. And she like points to like everyone's heads.
We have all day. I suppose we could take our time, can't we?
Maybe there's more money here than we think, too.
Yeah, but same thing. Money isn't in a guest bedroom.
And let us continue on.
Didn't you loot a guest bedroom?
No, it was the living room.
Check under the mattress.
Yeah.
That's where I keep my
While they're talking, I wanna like look at the floor, see if there's like any like scuff marks or footprints or anything that like shows that somebody's been here recently.
Oh yeah, tons. Scratches all along the ground. Almost like lines, several, just marking into the nice wood on the floor. Shavings put on the edges as the claws are clearly embedded a lot deeper than anything normal, as if something's being dragged across the ground.
Like that.
I mean, you wanted to come this way.
And I'd rather know what we might potentially be going up.
I mean, I feel like if we know, we end up bumping into it.
But I'd rather not be caught off guard. Do the scratch marks seem to be like leading somewhere, or like are there like specific paths that like they travel?
Roll an investigation check. DC 15.
Oh.
You look amongst the steps, and it's almost as if it seems to be inspecting something, moving along the rooms and then turning into the rooms, leaving said rooms, and creating a pathway back and forth down these hallways, looking at specific directions. Some directions lead straight to one room, and then a curve into said room, and then out of said room, moving deeper and deeper into each corridor. That's as far as you see.
It looks like it's looking.
Oh, wait, it looks like it's what?
So it looks like it's looking for something?
You can infer that.
Some be in search of something here.
Maybe it's us, but in a mirror dimension.
Oh, let's hope it's not anything involving mirrors again.
I have the brew!
Dust would continue down that same hallway, look for other rooms.
Yeah, I'll follow her. I'll actually start like, I'm still holding the blind sight dagger, but I'll start like opening doors, but like listening in first if I don't hear anything in them, and then I'll open them.
Kick him down is what you said? No.
Oh! Explode and throw a grenade, yes.
Boom, FBI.
Open up.
Put your hands up.
Damn, there was nothing in there. We got like 15 stun grenades, right? For every door. You push along into the corridor, into the second door, using your lantern of revealing around to make sure nothing surprises you. Jane walks up to you, Davix, finally following from the main room onto you, sticking next to you. And Opal, you hold up your dagger up against the door, making sure there's nothing moving around, nothing that you can sense. And there isn't. The door's nice and closed, and everything's quiet on the other side.
Shall we?
Yeah. I open the door.
As George changes the music.
George changes.
No,
Roll initiative.
Roll it.
come on.
No. Roll wisdom check. Oh,
No, why me?
Very nice.
very nice.
That's not. I can't. Or I can. No.
Wait, that's not a wisdom save.
No, save.
Oh wait, wisdom check or wisdom save?
Wisdom save.
Check. You said check, George.
I'm sorry.
Either way. Oh, hey, it's slightly better at least.
Well, no, it was the same number. Calm
Yeah.
down.
I thought you might have
No,
proficiency or something.
proficiency,
No.
You open the door and immediately hear a squealing and a flappy noise rush towards you and hit you and slap you right in the face.
Yeah.
You fall back, naturally screaming, because you're just freaked out by the situation. You wave your dagger around. To everyone else, a tiny bat slaps Opal in the face and then rushes off, hitting the corridor's walls and continuing in the room, creating a little bit of a jitter as she screeches out. Davix, roll me a... Shoot. Give me a second. I forgot. Give me a... DC 15 Constitution saving throw.
Oh fuck. Okay.
You feel a slice come up your back.
Oh, god damn
A
it.
stab immediately pierce your backside. There's a familiar feeling of something intruding upon your body, making it feel slower and lethargic, and yet you fight against it, able to keep up against it and hold yourself steady, keeping how do I say it? Control over all your motions, not being paralyzed. Roll initiative.
God damn it.
You wanted to go left. And not be surprised. Wait, George, am I prone?
No.
Oh, thank God.
Roll a strength saving throw, JJ.
Huh?
Roll strength saving throw. You are prone, though.
Okay.
Yeah, it has the ability to knock somebody prone when it hits you with an ability.
Are we all rolling initiative, or was it just them two?
No, it's all you guys.
Okay.
Since Davix is nice and healthy, every one of you notice this. As for Davix, you take not that damage.
Oh, God.
That damage.
Oh.
Internet. I needed to have my token selected, that's why.
What kind of damage?
The bad kind.
The bad kind JJ slashing.
Okay.
JJ, specifically JJ slash.
Can you change my initiative to 20, George?
Sure. What am I missing here?
Oh, I did click my thing.
Mordred.
Mordred's not there.
What?
Mordred.
He's dead, don't you know?
What? He failed at his job. Who's gonna protect Jane now?
Jane.
You
She burps.
Dude, I don't know what any good D&D memes.
I could not find.
Yes.
Could not find a thing, so I'm gonna give him just a shadowy token, a big shadowy token.
Ooga booga.
And changes HP, changes armor. And now we get to have fun. My kind of fun. Change in music. Now I need to roll his initiative. That'd be a good idea. Oh, everyone's gonna get to smack this guy. Davix, you feel a stab at your back. The creature grabs you, realizing that you aren't paralyzed. Tries to pull you back, but you hold against it. In surprise, it slams you against the wall and then puts you in kind of like a prone. That slam against the wall pushes everyone to kind of like action it, letting everyone set themselves in the initiative. That being said, the first person to turn back was Azael.
Okay, so how far away is this guy?
He's like 10 feet.
What does it look like?
When you look at its back, it's kind of like Hunchback of Notre Dame style. completely bulbous and its shirt just torn apart in several areas. It's forced to kind of fit its awkward lumps in its back, spikes jutting out from it, its face completely decrepit and undead. You can see on the right side of its face almost like a rip on its jaw, as the skin has kind of degraded and ripped off, allowing you to see inside its mouth. Its claws seem to be awkwardly wet.
No, please, I don't want to be part of the orgy.
No.
I guess I blast him.
I blast him.
Since he's close enough, I'll just use my revolvers. I'm going to spend a grip point on each of these and do sharpshooter.
Shit.
So I'm assuming a 23 hits him.
That's definitely a hit.
It doesn't.
It doesn't.
So 23 damage for the first hit.
That's a hit.
I don't think a 13.
Is that a 13?
Yeah,
Sharpshooter.
because I'm sharpshooting these.
Gotcha. That does not hit.
Okay. And then the third attack is a 14.
That does not hit.
I rolled an 8 and a 9. I could have went down one and gotten a 7 and hit. Okay, well, so yeah, he, I guess he just takes 23 damage and the rest of the other 2 attacks miss.
You pull
That's
out
my
your...
number two.
Oh yeah, go for it. You pull out your revolver, immediately shooting, sending loud snaps throughout the room from your gunfire. The creature holds one arm over. As it was grabbing both hands on Davix, it raises one up to block his face. As one bullet slams one of the shards on his finger and ricochets off. The other one misses too far off, and the other slams him straight in the chest, creating a very straight and hard, bloodied wound. Doss, it's your turn now.
Oh boy.
It growls back at you. Meh. Eh.
Man. All these spells, not one of them won't kill the party.
Fireball.
Kill me! He won't take me alive.
I don't want
Not
to
losing
be
my
a
eyes
part of
again.
the orgy.
Now, is this creature like in the middle of everyone, or is it
It's
to
in
the edge of the group?
back of everyone.
Is there room behind it any? Or is it up against the wall?
Like you want to do an AoE.
I mean,
We're in a hallway.
you know the cards I work with.
I want to throw a grenade.
I want to throw a grenade.
And then I want to use the second hand grenade to ricochet that hand grenade. There is space behind it. It's a pretty big and hefty guy, so you can edge out some space, but it's gonna cause some destruction in the beautiful home if it's something weird that you're trying to cast.
Now, hypothetically, is there a 20-foot space that wouldn't hit anyone, but would hit the nasty
Is it a circle or a square?
A square?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Something in Doss's other hand throws what looks to be a dried tentacle down the bindings on her face, and something horrifying emerges from the space below and around the creature, exploding with these nasty tendrils. And think that has an action, so that should be it. And she's going to move back away from it about 10 feet.
Fails the save, taking... Is there any other additional effect to that?
A creature restrained, so it would be restrained, and if it's restrained, it can use its action to make a strength or dexterity check against the spell save. On the success, it frees itself, but it is restrained. And wait, shit.
Wait, shit.
So it takes the damage when when it fails the saving throw and it's restrained. A creature that starts its turn in the area and is already restrained takes an additional 3d6.
It takes an additional 3d6?
On the start of its turn.
On the start of its turn, gotcha.
Wait, so what's the area that's in?
There's a 20-foot square of space that is just bursting with these tendrils. They look like they're pretty dangerous for literally anyone, but particularly this guy who happens to be in the middle, or on the edge of it, I suppose, as that would work better.
You see Doss summon up some form of energy and create a black hole under the creature and into kind of like the much more open area in the back. Several dark entities race forth and begin to grab at the creature, making it reel backward as it's trying to like claw still at like the down Davix. And it begins to, the weird tendrils begin to wrap around it, sending just like a million like just little like snaps and strings to surround it and slowly pull it into this dark void. And all you see is Doss holding up her hand. Is that the end of your turn?
Yes.
Rishi.
This thing is still up. Alright. I pull out Sand Burrito. And I guess the Sound Blade. And I swing.
It's a hit.
Well, I haven't added Sound Blade to my thing. I'm still swing my Flame Tongue.
So you do Sunblade, Flameblade?
Mm-hmm.
That's a miss. It's a
And
hit.
Sunblade. Sunblade, Flameblade, Sunblade.
Advantage on your Flameblade, because these are strained.
Okay, swinging it again.
That is a hit. With him being restrained, it's a much more easier target. You pull out two blades from your sides, rushing forward, kind of like pushing everyone outside of your way in this small corridor. You begin to slash away at this creature 3 times. Its skin kind of sizzles every time your Sunblade roams across it.
And that ends my turn.
Davix. The orgy begins.
The orgy begins. How's it looking?
It looks like it's been hurt. It still looks like it's gonna rip you to shreds after it gets out of this black stuff.
When Arashi hit it, did it look like the Sunblade did any extra damage to it?
Metagaming.
On an inside check.
There we go.
You don't
No.
feel like it did it?
Alright, I'm gonna get up. I'll move away.
Ah. Opportunity attack, you say?
Yeah. He's restrained though, right? So.
Opportunity attack, though, you say. Let's see.
That'd be disadvantage on him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take it. I'll risk it.
Let's throw an attack. So 16 hit you.
No.
Okay. What's your AC?
18.
You die. No, as it raises a claw up to you, you rush back. It tosses a hit that's about to hit you, and your cloak unleashes a shield outward that pushes you back.
Whee! I am gonna have... Magic Missile at 5th level. And just in case, I'm gonna change it from Force to Radiant. So that's 3, 4, 7 darts at it. For 21.
Jesus. You throw out five, right? Magic missiles?
7.
7. 3 big ones, and then segmenting them into 7. You attach energy from yourself into them as your eyes begin to glow, and each of them begin to glow with that same radiant energy. And then you send them straight down the room as they light up the top of the corridor and slam into his sides, drilling into his being, dealing 21 damage. As you smell and hear his flesh sizzle.
And that's my turn.
Jane rushes up to the thing. As it sees it attack you, she sees an attack easily as his guard is down from his hand still waving towards you. She juts out 2 electrical fists and then slams it into its chest. With advantage because restrained. Double hit. For fucking low as shit damage. What happened?
Oh, it's not scaled.
Yeah, it's not scaled. It should be 2d6 or 2d8, sorry. Give me a second. Seven plus 8, 15 damage. She moves back. It's his turn. Can't hit anything else. Does it need an action to get out? And he takes 11 damage as the tendrils begin to push him closer and closer into the center.
He can't. He would have to use his action to get out, and he can use either dexterity or strength.
Oh, easy peasy then. And that's a strength saving throw?
Let me double.
It says check.
Oh,
Yeah, it would be a check.
creature restrained by the tentacles can use its action to make a strength or dexterity check.
And it's able to get out.
As it begins to rip away with its grand muscles, just rip and slosh away at the tendrils as they begin to rip off
Rip and
them.
tear.
Rip and tear. Lots of peeps, but no actions. Okay. In being kind of cornered, the creature runs into the first room that you guys inspected. As it runs into this first room, you hear a crash. A window breaks. Rashi, if you want to throw a opportunity attack, now's the time.
Okay.
As it runs off, you try to get a slash through, but it misses. Opal.
Guess I run after it. I just ran into a room, right?
That's what you saw. And then you heard a crash.
I'm gonna go to the door of that room and then see if it maybe went out the window or if it's still in there. And if it is, I will be shooting at it.
Run. You see it kind of like jumping out the window, slamming into it, and then rushing out. You still see its back outside the window.
Yeah, shoot. Good job. Oh.
Jesus.
Damage?
I mean, 1d100, 80 to 100 is good. That sneak attack would have been nasty.
Whatever.
You line up a shot as it begins to run out and pull the trigger. The bullet leading through the window and slamming into its back, barely grazing into its head, but only hitting one of the humps on its back, causing it to kind of like, as it still continues to run out.
I'll just use my bonus to throw it dagger.
Two damage as you toss a dagger and it sticks to its back.
That one, right there. Yeah, I guess I'll look closer to the window and be like, it's running out the window. Or ran out the window.
Zale?
Okay. How far is he away from me? Can I get to the window to shoot him?
You can get to the window to shoot him, pushing past Opal. And that will be a 20-foot shot.
Okay, that shouldn't be a problem. Spent all my grit points last round, but I am going to do -5 to every shot. Sharpshooter, so I'm going to do my revolvers again.
It's a hit.
So 16 damage for that shot. I roll 17 damage. don't think a 15 hits, does it?
It does.
Or 14, sorry.
It does not.
I didn't mean to metagame that. I just did
You're
the
fine.
math wrong.
Cheating, are we?
No, Ray's gonna be like, does a 20? 19. I meant 18.
I mean, 18.
17.
Alright, well, I only had it once again. For 16 damage.
16?
That's that much. Yep.
Gotcha. A hail of bullets coming from the room. As both of you walk in and begin to shoot the crap out of it. Das.
How's he looking?
He's looking hurt.
He's running out the window.
Like a
He ran
scared
out the window.
baby trying to get out, but he keeps getting shot.
Aww. Poor thing. Meanwhile, it's going to hear something very uncomfortable. As it hears a raspy voice come toward it, saying,
You can't escape.
and she's going to quicken spell Mind Sliver. So using that as her bonus action. So it's going to go ahead and make an intelligence save.
Not its greatest stat, if I remember. Oh, it's its worst stat.
Hey, it is now forced to subtract 1d4 from its next save. As she casts the tendrils again. So that's going to be a dex save. Minus d4.
No need, your mind sliver.
Wait, roll the d4 anyway. I want to see what would happen.
No, she killed.
Fucking 0.
Oh, it just dies from the psychic damage? I forgot the psychic damage.
Yeah, it dies from the psychic damage. Arashi left it up. Not Arashi. Azaela left it at 4 HP.
Oh.
No, I left it at 3 HP actually.
Hey.
Making its head fucking explode.
Exactly, as it runs outward, it's getting just shot as both Opal and Azael begin to blow lead out the window, just snap, 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 and then as they're getting ready to kind of like reload their shots or get a better hit, Joss just comes up, raises her hand, and then it just falls over.
Das, what did you do? I killed it. How? Instantaneously.
It's dead now.
It grabs its head, it gets on its knees, and then it's like, and it dies. Initiative's over.
Yay, we won! Alright, let's go to the room.
Based on the stuff we've seen here, did it resemble anything?
No.
No.
Did it look like the fleshy boys we saw out on the road?
No.
No, something completely different.
Yes.
Did it look humanoid,
Almost.
but just bulging?
Yeah.
Wait, what's
Can I look through the book that we found at the shack? The creature book?
Sure.
And try and like see what that thing could have been?
Would take you like a good 5 minutes.
Yeah, I'll do that while we're walking, I guess.
Jane just like, as you're kind of like checking out your book, referencing the creature and putting into the book, Jane kind of looks around. Where's Mordred?
Wasn't he with you last?
I wasn't looking.
Jane. Well, I mean, he seems like he can handle his own.
I'll put my fingers up to my head and cast Sending to try and contact Mordred.
What do you send?
I'll say... Hang on, let me deduct the...
You send dick pics with sending?
No, that's a different spell. That's Dick Pic Sending.
He's very familiar with it.
I'm very familiar with the spell.
He never gets a response back.
I'll say, hey Mordred, where are you? Are you still in the mansion? Or the manor, rather?
You somehow hear chewing come through the sending spell. Oh yeah. Found the kitchen. Just checking out some rooms.
Okay, he's still here. He's found the kitchen apparently. Sounds like he's grabbing a bite to eat.
Which way?
I don't think it works that way, but probably in the one of the other directions that we didn't go.
Dust would look to Jane. She says,
Why did you leave him? Isn't he meant to accompany you?
She points at David. He paid him.
We'll have to talk about that. But, I mean... You seem pretty capable back there. Good hits on that thing.
Oh, really? You a little low potency, but didn't want it to do anything crazy, especially since it already kind of attacked you. Just and she just does like air punches.
Yeah,
She could always handle herself. Sheesh.
I know, but it's still better to be safe than sorry.
Just can't learn if you're getting a babysitter for her.
It's not a babysitter, it's just additional support.
Aren't you technically supposed to be that?
I can't handle everything.
Well,
And Mordred helped you and Arashi out back with that witch hunt, so I didn't see you
saying
complaining
that.
then.
I'm not talking about Mordred, I'm talking about Jane. Because you technically did hire him specifically to take care of her.
Yeah, just to help me watch her back, because I can't always be everywhere at once.
Yeah, you say that like we wouldn't be.
Wait, what? I didn't hear.
No, it's like you say that like you're the only one here to watch her back.
He just stays quiet at that.
Fine. Just goes off and starts opening doors on rooms again.
Rashi, they got cheese.
Is it good?
Well, Mordred's eating some, so it's obviously edible, but it's been here a while.
Oh, so they did find the did we find the kitchen, George?
No.
Oh, maybe it's not
I'll-
cheese then.
What is that?
That's
I
not
don't know.
cheese, man.
I'll go help look for the
For the kitchen.
yeah.
Stray too far.
Arashi and Azeo go one way, while Opal, you continue to bang down. No, you continue to open up each room as you go along. I'm just checking something real quick. Somebody asked me something. Everybody DMing me. No, I'm kidding. What was I saying?
No one asked you anything. Stop lying.
You do that,
So it's
Kathy? Do you do it? As for surface thoughts, you immediately hear, "Oh wow, compliment. Okay, maybe I'll do that next time." And
Aww. That's cute. All right, I'm not as scared anymore.
So why are you scared?
What?
I don't know, dude. I don't trust like that. It could have been one of them situations. You never know.
Mm-hmm. Watching all of us with that big ol' eye.
You know it.
Yeah, I'm still looking through like the book and shit.
as you look through the book, Noble just begins to like open up the room. You find just a bunch of empty rooms as you begin to go along. Das, probably continuing her lantern or doesn't reveal anything. Your blind sight dagger doesn't show any form of issue, and the occasional glances Davix gives off after he's reading a few pages of his book doesn't see anything out of the ordinary as you guys tackle at least 5 of the rooms. Azeo and Arashi, you eventually find the kitchen off to the right. Seems to be this just grand kind of place, clearly meant for a menagerie of servants to just walk around, as there's a small island in the center meant for clearly kind of like preparation, and then everything on the side seems to almost be the potential for a fully stocked kitchen. Except there's nothing there. All the doors and cabinets are just left open and decrepit. There's rotting smell everywhere. Not the most homey place you can see until you wander off to see Mordred, kind of like in this weird vaulted area, and you hear him chewing on something like, they got grapes. Dang, these things are still good. What are you guys doing?
I guess just eat what we can.
Well, that's subjective.
So it could be everything or nothing.
As you guys walk in, I suppose, to the freezer, Mordred just stands up with a bunch of stuff in his arms. "Ah, compadres, look upon the feast I have found, and relish in this relish," as he pulls out some relish.
I grab it from him and start eating it.
Weird flavor, but okay. Fancy people have fancy palates, so, maybe that's something you're into.
Is this a piece of cheese?
And he looks at it. Why not?
Alright, I start eating a piece of it.
Great. It tastes like cheese. Feels like cheese. Smells like cheese. Disgusting and pungent. Or fancy and pungent, depending on who you are. As you kind of go around, milling about and looking at everything that you can take a bite of, you eventually feel a vigor come into yourself.
Vigor?
Vigor.
Okay. Well, I keep eating that if it tastes good and it.
And
feels
it
good.
feels good.
The fuzzy feeling on my throat must really be tasting pretty good.
It feels amazing, man. Arashi, do you want some? Mordred says.
No, I don't like cheese all too much. Does not suit my stomach.
Rashi's lactose intolerant.
I didn't say that. Don't put words in.
Well, some things just fall into canon. You can't.
You can't help but continue to eat and eat Azael. And Mordred too. So you guys just kind of like buddy around, sitting and, you know, tossing each other food. Oh, look, this drink. Oh, this refrigerator is pretty great. And Forewarned State has nothing like this. Sapphire technology has nothing on whatever the hell this magic construct is. Kept this stuff for who knows how long in here. I've never eaten 500-year grapes. I can finally put that off my bucket list. Pretty sure, actually, no, maybe I've drank it in wine. But anyways, he keeps going on and on, divulging his life. He's like, you know what? I clearly remember Bramble Bam being a part of my family line, but I don't know. This fancy life just doesn't, well, maybe it does suit me, as he keeps eating.
I don't know what you're talking about. Keep stuff in your face.
You guys eventually actually finish the entire refrigerator of food by the time the group gets to what seems to be a main office room, kicking down doors and checking them out. You now get a +1 to your constitution modifier for whatever reason.
Like a +1 to the stat, or a +1 to like saving throws?
A +1 to the stat.
Oh, okay. Sweet.
And Mordred just
Rashi
leaves.
should have had some cheese.
No, you're lactose intolerant. Mordred leaves and he's like, oh yeah, I've never eaten that much. Probably never will again. But goddamn, do I feel good. I'm ready to slice something, as he brings out his sword and begins to walk through the rooms.
Yeah, I guess we go meet up with the rest of them.
As you go looking about the manor to go find the group, you guys eventually reach a double door at the second story. You've checked every single room up to this point until you open this one. It's set with artifacts all across. It's kind of like office place in the center. Just a very nice desk, almost like the prosecutor's office, but with like a different kind of look among it, clearly exemplifying whatever artifacts or trophies this specific family was able to hoard and show off to guests, if you will, or themselves.
Look fancy room. Maybe we can find it here.
Are there any trophies that aren't like battened down?
That in what?
Like battened down, like attached to anything?
Nothing
that
is
can be
bolted
picked up?
down. Everything can be
Okay,
picked up.
everything can be picked up. She picks up a
She picks up
or
everything.
whatever, or fucking trophy.
Give me a second.
Clang clang. She's chewing on it.
Okay.
That's not food, I think.
I mean, anything's food if you try hard enough.
She's got the right idea.
Clank clank.
Clank,
I
clank.
don't think it's. No, I don't think I will eat this one.
She puts it down and tries the other one.
Craving something.
Of course.
Don't judge a lady and her cravings.
I'm not judging, I'm merely asking.
I still start looking around the room.
Das, as you just pick up things randomly, and Opal, you begin to look on the opposite side.
Any
Opal, throw
hidden
me. And then-
Walls behind paintings
That's what I
and
was
such,
about to
buttons.
Roll an investigation check.
Any hidden compartments.
Oops, I was muted. Yeah, no. As DOS begins to just pick up things randomly, and Opal, you begin to look for anything kind of secret. You roll an investigation check, while DOS, you pick up what seems to be like a dragon femur, very big, very chunky. Do you taste it?
Oh yes, yes she does.
Of course you do. Dusty. Clearly not cleanly, but it
Crunch.
there's clearly some calcium in there that can.
You get a +1 to Constitution.
You get a +1. You get a -1 to Constitution as your dental hygiene goes down. Don't put stuff in your mouth. It's stupid.
Your dentist feels a disturbance.
I'll do it. I'll do it again.
I'll do it again. You taste the bone clonk as you crunch onto it. You find a wyvern stinger, you're pretty sure. Deadly in some cultures, considering, well, that most wyverns are deadly. But this one's not attached to a wyvern, so you're not sure if it's poisonous. As for Opal, you're touching everything too, but like you're doing it very like haphazardly. Like you see a cup and you're just like, you just push it. And then you just start to push everything, like even the wood on the walls. And you don't seem to choose anything very good because nothing comes up. Davix, you're watching these two kind of like touch everything.
Oh, I'm looking through the book.
Oh. Well, then Jane's watching the group watch everything as you're reading the book. As you begin to go farther into the book, roll me. No, I don't think it needs a roll. Does it need a roll? Nah, it doesn't need a roll. I think you've kind of dedicated enough time. As you begin to look about, you find that the creature that you just fought seems to represent something depicted as a crypt horror.
Crypt horror?
A crypt horror. A crypt horror.
A crypt horror. That's why
Perfect
he wanted
for the
those dick
orgy.
pics. Does the book say anything about them, like, being loners or like in groups?
Exact.
Are they
Op-
animals?
exact opposite, actually. It apparently is supposed to lead packs. It's supposed to be a type of creature that goes and actually leads what it's considered is actually a ghoul-based entity. And it leads other ghouls through its powers. Did I die?
Leads other ghoul?
It leads other ghouls. It is a ghoul leader, if you will.
Oh, fuck. Fuck. Okay. Does it state like what kind of ghouls, or is it like similar to the crypt horror? Or...
Any and every, anything that is considered lesser to its own being or its own power.
Lesser. Okay, that's mildly comforting. We might want to hurry up though. I'll show like Jane the little insert page.
Oh. Well, we should have seen something as you've searched basically the entire manor but this room.
But this room. Oh no!
Oh no.
It's sitting at the desk. You just see the swivel.
You've just been like looking around him, like, excuse me, sir.
And he's just tapping his foot, like, when the fuck are they gonna get into initiative? Like, I just want to fight.
I have a 3:00 meeting.
As you're kind of like talking among that, Azale and Arashi, you've looked around the entire first floor. They're not there. So you figure they've gone to the second floor. Heading into the main room, you see a weird, tall, slightly ghastly looking man slowly but proudly stepping up the steps of the manor. heading towards the second story.
Hello?
Hello?
The man turns around, looking down at you all, clearly with a look, putting you in almost kind of like a lesser kind of feeling, a man that clearly doesn't respect you by the way he looks back at you. Yeah, he says.
Are you the owner of this mansion?
No, I would not live in such a ghastly place, deign myself upon its dainty halls.
Okay, so what's up? What are you doing here?
I've come for my due, my birthright.
What's your birthright? If you don't mind me asking.
The artifacts of this dreaded city. They shall be mine.
Oh. Well, do you mind if we have one? You can have the rest of them?
The garbage shall be yours, little one. Whatever I leave at my feet, you may have.
Oh, okay. That's fine. You want some cheese? I saved some.
And he begins to continue walking up the stairs.
Okay.
He comes and takes some cheese. Thanks, little one.
Ah, yes, artifact. And he sucks on the cheese. He doesn't even eat it. He sucks on it. He's like, you wanted this RP, and you're gonna have it. Slowly but surely, he walks up the steps. Eventually gets to the room. Davix, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say something.
Yeah, you were talking to the group. I think you were saying we should hurry up.
Oh, right. Just in case any of its followings coming.
Well, we need to find the thing, and you haven't helped.
Yeah. Clearly you've done all you can to look for it, huh? As I look at the mess.
Look, sometimes I just can't find something. You were just reading a book. I've done more than you right now.
Clearly. Yeah, I'll start investigate.
As you begin to
I'm asking
investigate
to help me.
around.
Can I follow behind the ghost?
Can you what behind the ghost?
Follow behind the ghost.
Yeah, you're already at the room. As
Okay.
Davix begins to help with the group, you all hear this man slowly walk into the room as he looks about, scowling at the very sight of all of you, kind of like milling about and touching everything. The street rats get everywhere. Where is my pride? As he looks about in the room, Davix, you see Arashi and Azael following behind this man as he slowly walks in and takes the side of everything that you've currently, like, meddled around with.
I look to Azael and Arashi and raise an eyebrow.
I hold out a piece of cheese. Eh?
I look to Arashi.
I gently put my hand towards the zone and kind of push the cheese down. No, that was not the time. Jeez.
Yes.
Is this a friend of yours?
Das looks up from a trophy that she's trying to eat. She looks to the guy and she says,
What are you looking for? Perhaps we can be of some assistance.
Yes, as a lesser caster, you shall do fine as a servant for now. Find me any artifacts and bring them to my heels.
So long as I can eat some of it.
What?
Why
Wait,
do
are you
we have
just-
such strange companions?
Wait, are
It
you
has
just
been
here to...
established. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good, you're good.
I was just gonna say it has been established that DOS does eat everything, including her spell components.
He has a point.
Yeah, I mean, this isn't new. Yeah, so wait, you're just here to just anything and everything, nothing specific. Opal asked, like, the main guy.
He doesn't even respond to you. Just pushing on, looking about at the artifacts, as if you didn't even say anything.
Of course.
Das finishes chewing on one, throws it to the floor, grabs another one, starts chewing on it.
None of them taste very good.
Put
What
some
is this?
salt on it.
Try some of this cheese.
What does this guy look like exactly?
He looks almost elfish by design, but his jaw is disintegrated on the side, almost caving in. His eyes glow green, and his body hosts very beautiful kind of like elvish clothes, but of the darker manner. Most elvish clothes tend to exemplify the nature around them. This one seems to be the horrendous type of nature, the thorns and the brambles and such.
Das looks to Davix.
You heard the man.
Alright, settle down, Doc.
What? I'm hungry.
Then have some cheese.
He takes some cheese.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Good, huh?
In this particular office, are there any portraits?
Yes.
Looking at the portraits, is there a resemblance to this guy at all?
Not at all. These people are human.
Okay.
One insight check.
Oh, fuck. I'm great at those. 15?
There seems to be the picture of an old mage. For some strange reason, even from his kind of like old visage, you get unbelievable kind of similarities to Mordred.
From the people in the picture?
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
At this point, if anyone wants to roll investigation again, they can.
Oh, I'll roll.
I'll roll too.
Aw. God damn it.
You fly out a window.
Wee. Investigating.
I know everything.
Me too.
Oh.
If it makes you feel better, you rolled higher than me.
No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't. As everyone begins to kind of like look about, this elvish man just slowly walks up to the dragon bone. He picks it up with both hands. Dust with his robe throws off all the slobber that's there for some reason. Well, we know what reason. And he's like,
He
yes,
doesn't.
yes, this will do. And he puts it into a bag. The entire giant bone just disappearing into his robe. Everyone else begins to kind of like mill about. For some reason, Opal, you open the window and begin to look outside. Hey, it might be a good hiding place. Who knows? There's a bag over the corner. Arashi just takes a second look at everything else. Das keeps tasting stuff. She's not really interested in really finding anything nice. It's just what's nice to her. As for Davix and Azael, you concentrate around the desk place. In trying to kind of like find anything, Azael, you've for some reason like a rough idea where you might hide something. And as you put your hand somewhere at the underside of the desk, you hear a click. And Davix on the opposite of the desk sees something open up. A tiny little box just form.
I'll open it just a little bit to see if I can see what's in there.
You look inside and see what seems to be the talisman. Exactly as depicted in the illustrations of the book.
I'm gonna close the box. The little drawer thing.
Das talks to the fancy dude. And she asks,
What would happen to be your name?
None of you are noble enough to speak of my name.
But are you noble enough to speak of your own name?
Yes, of course I am, fool.
Then let us hear it. I promise not to speak it. What good a witch's promises are, however.
Then remember this, witch. When you think of fear and dread, in the most kind of like edgiest kind of like conversation and dark type of crap that you could ever come up with.
Almost is in the background, like copying him and mimicking him.
Remember the name. Faerun, the Grand Mage.
Just the grand.
Yes. Yes, I like it.
You can just make that up.
Can you spell that out so I can copy it down?
Faradas. Faradas.
Definitely made up.
ADAS?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Does that name ring a bell for anybody?
Not at all.
No.
Who is he? When is he? How is he?
Why is he?
Fertilizer.
Fertilizer.
He said whenever we think of fear and what?
Fear, dread, and everything in between.
You like fart ass.
I think of many more things than such a name when I think of, all things dreadful. Is the only thing you're looking for dirty artifacts, because that's all you'll find here.
No. I see it. His eyes begin to turn a hue of blue. I see what it is I meant to find here. My destiny. Yes. As he moves closer to the desk. It is here. I see it. Foul control.
And Das is mouthing, hide it. Fuck it, hide it now.
He raises his staff, his cringly long fingers wrapping around it, puts both hands and raises his staff up. Answer to me, you foul humanish construction.
Starts hitting the desk.
The power of Christ compels you.
Dude, there's like a button underneath.
Enter to
Sir,
me.
sir.
Simple object. Your very will shall be mine. And he closes his eyes, and then you hear a click.
That was so too much for a button.
Honestly.
And then the box opens up. Yes.
That was me pushing the click button.
Wait, does
Just let him believe anything. It's
It's
fine.
not even magic. This is bullshit.
He's a con artist.
Opal would she know what it looks like? Right? And we're like
What looks like?
the
Talisman?
talisman. There we go. Where?
Yeah, you probably like saw a picture of it.
Okay, she's gonna try to reach for it.
Oh my god.
Oh, there goes the whole hand.
Which like you're just gonna reach for it like nothing else. You just just reach.
Just like grab it. Well, because it's just on the box right now, right? And
Yeah.
he's like about to reach for it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's gonna try to like swoop it away.
Oh,
from him.
Swipe or no
God.
swiping.
Interesting. Roll sleight of hand check.
Fuck.
Oh.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Damn.
Wow. 2 nat 1s in a row.
What is with my rolls today?
Worst thief ever.
You kind of just walk up, exemplifying exactly what it is you're gonna do. Well, as you kind of like scooch on in, roll your hand forward, and he grabs it with his long hand. You feel horrible for him touching it. One, his skin texture is horrible. He needs lotion. But two, you feel almost as if there's some type of poison being wrapped into you. Ugh, there's like something in the back of my throat. I'm not sure what it is.
Drink some
Hard.
water.
Corona.
Coronavirus.
Oh god, no.
Subway many hands.
Smells lightly of cheese.
He partook in the cheese.
He partook. You feel it burn. And he looks at you with angered eyes. Foolish girl. Do not deign to touch what I seek. And he pushes you back. Or just tosses your arm off to push you back. And he grabs the artifact. Yes. And he caresses it in his hand.
What does it look like?
It looks like a tiny little... You would think it looks almost like a conduit. Almost like a spell component. A mix between almost like a crystal and a wand.
A component, you say?
A component. Yeah, I'm sorry. No, I don't say. A component or a focus, specifically. And
It looks like the remote to one of those little RC car things.
Exactly.
It's got like one of those dinky little antennas coming out of it.
and as he's kind of like caressing it, he brings out the antenna. Yes. And he begins
And you hear a tiny little motor running in the distance. Oh no!
The key. Oh, anyways, he continues.
The world's most powerful RC car.
Yeah, exactly. The key to my destiny glows closer. He looks among all of you. What? What
Can
is
I
it?
taste it?
You seek my artifact, don't you? You can't.
Why
Taste
No, I just want to taste it.
You can't taste it. You can taste.
Are you sure? We can make a deal.
Come on, baby, just a tip. It's just like Kathy trying to get in. I just want to taste. Come on.
Okay,
Just a
what
lick.
can you?
Just
What
a-
can a witch say? Fucking put a fucking.
Let me put your
Focus on
component in my mouth. You dirty, dirty girls.
I could just imagine how uncomfortable he looks right now. This fucking witch just walks up to me. Let me.
And she asked me, let me taste your component. The audacity.
The audacity.
You just imagine a rat walks up to you like, "Hey, that piece of pizza. Can I just?"
Looks pretty good.
Fine, you can have a lick. All right.
Let's see. It kind of stands up and it's just like, foolish, foolish little beings. They don't understand my destiny. And he looks among all of you. You've stolen what is mine. Found it amongst my birthright. He looks to you, Davix. Your coat. I shall have it.
I'm sorry.
Your coat. I shall have it.
I don't think it's very suited for one such as you.
Don't you deign to believe what is suited for me. Learn from your betters, boy. Give me the coat.
Buy your own fucking coat.
Just give him a coat. I'll buy you a new one.
You're not even going to wear it or eat it.
I am wearing it.
No, she's talking. She's talking to the.
I am.
But I am.
How about an exchange?
An exchange?
Yes.
Why not?
My coat for that artifact.
Yes. Yes, I could see that working.
God damn.
Really?
You'll at least let me have a bite of it before you take it, won't you?
No.
Oh my god.
There's no winning with you, is there?
Listen, I got another piece of cheese. You can have that instead. Does that work?
She sadly accepts the cheese.
Hang on, George. I need to do some math here.
No.
Some math.
Some math. You know, the pros and cons.
As a businessman, see what I spend and consider the losses of
Yeah.
In reality,
Ooh.
this is simply two businessmen speaking to each other and me trying to come up with a better deal.
See. Yeah, well, actually, what? Let's see. Okay, they're both about the same quality of item, right? Oh wait, no. Oh no, yeah, they are.
How about we just trade him for a grenade?
I don't think he wants a grenade.
I don't mean actually giving him a grenade.
Oh, you mean giving him a grenade?
Yeah, there you go.
Putting it safely in his pocket, unpinned.
Azale is afraid of grenades now. Just so you know.
Grenade.
Grenade!
Grenade phobia. I don't know. I guess I quickly look around. How's that? What is everybody? Is like facial. Like what do I read from everybody?
Opal is not happy with the idea of you giving it up because we got here first.
Okay.
Doss is sadly eating cheese. That's
Mordred,
What about?
Mordred seems disappointed in his boss, and Jane seems to be considering something with her wand.
What do you mean considering?
She's looking at her wand.
Like considering aiming it at him?
No, you don't feel anything aggressive.
Okay. What about Azael and Arash?
I'm sorry, I was getting a drink. What's up?
I'm just doing like a quick scan of the room of like how everybody's like.
he's doing a vibe check.
Yeah, but you're right.
Relaxed. I'm really relaxed. I'm full. I was actually looking for a bed. I wasn't really looking for you all. So, Arash or Azael's pretty chill right now.
Yeah, same thing for Rashi.
I don't give him my coat,
Don't do it.
but I don't feel like we can take him.
What is he? So he's trying to take your coat?
He at first he just wanted it plainly, but then I was able to convince him to give us the talisman in exchange for my coat.
What? Give him the coat.
That's a robe of the Archmagi.
Yeah, dude.
Fuck no, dude. He can have the talisman, dude.
No, but he still wants my coat.
I thought it was just a coat. I thought we were.
Oh yeah, no.
I thought we were talking over RP or something. No.
You Davix.
Mm,
Yes.
Davix hears a voice in his head.
So are we going to kill him?
I don't know.
I thought it was just like a.
I want to. That looks tasty. Both of those things, and I have better chances of eating them if they're not his.
What's the vibe check I get from him, George?
From who?
From Fardus.
Hard ass.
Fardass.
Fardass. He clearly has powerful artifacts at his side. That staff does look pretty interesting at the very least. Though you're not you can't really gauge him. That's the hard part about wizards. You feel a harsh aura coming from him, and you've got a strange feeling he must be some form of lich, you'd have to say.
Yeah, can't take it.
You've heard of elvish rituals, but you've got a feeling this might be actually one of them.
He's competition. As long as he's here, he'll be taking up all of the good items. All of the delicious morsels. We can't let him continue.
She just sounds fucking pissed.
Buckle up.
Just salty. Just salty.
Are
The words of a glutton do not matter.
We're just looking for one thing and leaving, right?
No, he's been collecting things.
No, us.
Wait, what about us?
We just want the talisman and we're out, but now this guy's asking for the robes of the Archmagi.
Can we just
Yeah.
buy him a new one? Get like a blue one or something?
I mean, when we bought it,
They
It
don't have
was like-
any in his size.
it was like only one in stock, and it was very rare for them to be in stock, and it was like 15,000 gold.
No.
And we can't buy them anywhere here in the East because anti-magic.
But maybe there's one recorded in the library.
Yeah. We can get
Yeah.
you one with like a hood or something.
Well, why doesn't that guy just go to the library and go get his own?
Because he doesn't fucking know about the library. Keep your mouth shut.
Start telling him, why don't you go
Some-
to this library?
Some wizard.
Why don't you go to library, sir?
It's in subsection C, all the way over there, across.
God damn it, George. You're gonna make me redesign Davix again, aren't you?
I want to see the redesign.
You're still paying that off, by the way.
I know. That's why it's like even harder, because it's like, god damn it. I'm not even gonna be able to use it, I still have to pay off NAS.
As you take a while to come up to your decision, he says, yes, my time is completed. I'd like the coat now. Jane walks up in front of you from taking your time. I'll change the deal. You can have this wand instead. For the talisman.
What wand?
What's up?
What wand does she have?
So she has that Wand of the War Mage +2 that was turned into a +3.
That's the one that Naz got her, right?
Was it?
Yeah.
Yes.
It was.
And then the Keeper upgraded it.
Yeah, that's a fair trade.
But I feel like shit now if she does that.
The Lich looks down. Oh. He drops his staff on the ground. Yes. Yeah. This will
The
do.
smallest stick.
Can Das pick up the staff?
Do it now.
As you try to pick up the stick, a green snap of energy hits your finger, hitting you for 1 necrotic damage. Spicy. Yes, this shall do. As Jane trades the wand for the talisman.
Jane, no, come on. Can't.
Good decision, Jane. I respect your choice.
Yeah, she's a big girl. She can make her own decisions. Now, do you
We
have
will get you another wooden stick. Maybe one with an edge. Like a blade.
No.
The elf,
Stab magic.
the elf stands up, caressing the wand in his hand. It's like, yes, that's the power. I can feel it. And he begins to walk out the room. I've deigned my existence enough with you lesser beings. And slowly begins to walk out.
I'll see you later, bro.
See you later, bro. On the flip side. Until he passes Mordred. He looks at him up and down.
And disintegrates.
And
At the sight of-
disintegrates him. Mordred tips his hat at him. Yep. Hi. Nice to see you. Bye to see you. That's not how you say it.
I like that.
The Lich looks at him up and down. I'd like your sword. Mordred just
No.
kind of frowns. No, I'll keep it. I said. He points the wand at Mordred. I'd like your sword. Give it to me.
And you hear Das in your head like, fight, 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 fight.
And Mordred's like, oh, okay.
Did he cast something?
No.
Okay.
No.
What? Don't.
He pulls out the sword, sheathing its shadowy kind of design out from his sleeve and pulling it out. For some reason, you guys feel its power. For some reason, my keyboard's clicking F and it's freaking me out.
Fuck.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, someone's hacking. It's just like, F, dude. F in the chat. Mordred pulls out the shadowy blade. It's like, you want it? And he stabs him in the heart.
Woo!
Fuck yeah.
You can have it. The Lich steps back. Fool. No. What? And he falls over. And he falls limp. And his body just stays there.
Fucking hell, yes. I'll just runs over there. Like,
Weapon proficiency.
Times 10.
I go up to the Lich and I kind of kick him.
Yeah, Opal goes over there, immediately grabs the wand. Jane's
Where's
wand.
the bag? Where's the...
And then she stabs him with the dagger that she owns.
Fucking just a bunch of rats, just like loot 'em, loot 'em.
I'm just standing in the back. Like,
Give me a
"Oh, I like that
taste."
dude."
What did you say, Shoop?
I'm just standing.
He muted himself again.
Oh, I did mute myself. Azael is just standing in the back, like, "Oh, I like that guy."
Mordred, what did you do with your blade?
What do you mean? As he pulls it out of the wizard's heart.
That was a lich.
Was it? Oh shoot, is he gonna come back? Fuck.
He's dead right now. So
Lich's death is relative to a lich.
Why, it's good we're on our way out of here.
Then
Yeah,
she's all excited trying to find where the bag was.
Roll an Arcana check, and the only reason you can make this Arcana check, Davix, is because you haven't see invisibility on right now.
Oh fuck! 31.
Jesus Christ!
Wow, my eyes are
you
open.
see,
The world of... I see time. As you saw the stab go through the lich, it's pretty obvious what would have happened. Whatever phylactery, whatever type of contract this lich became, his soul would leave said form and go back to where it came, reforming, and then allowing him to continue his existence yet again. That didn't happen. When you saw his soul leave his body, it went into the sword.
Slurp.
yummy.
Mordred's just like, fuck, as he puts his sword back into his sleeve.
Wait,
Is it like 10 days when he comes back? Should I be
I
running
don't-
right now?
I don't think he's coming back. And I've got my eyes on his sword.
Did I scare him? Oh, sweet. Do wizards
You're-
get scared?
Your sword consumed him.
He's not coming back.
I don't know. I've never heard
I
of
don't take
anything
that.
like this.
I'm gonna take that as a yes. He's not coming back, and I'm gonna check. By this point, I guess I got a wand and gave it back to Jane,
Thank you, says Jane.
and then try to see what else I can find on him.
Yeah, and Dust
I
is there
stripped his
too.
body of everything. You know?
Of course, it's the rogue who does that. Let the wizards touch it before you get cursed.
What would happen if Doss ate the sword that ate the lich? Would it be like a nesting?
Oh.
What would happen if Doss ate the lich's body?
Ooh, let's find out. No,
Mm.
don't. That one I don't think is a good idea at all.
Cannibalism.
Crunch, crunch. It's not. Yeah, it
Jerky.
kind of is.
Jerky.
Jerky.
Yeah.
Aged to perfection.
This pairs perfectly with the cheese.
Let's see.
It's charcuterie.
So what's happening right now? Doss, what are you looking for, you said?
Doss has kind of looked to try and find that bag that he was he put the bone in to see if it might still have that in it along with anything else, and she's kind of like bringing it out to, if she can find it, show it to our girl.
Yeah, you bring out kind of like what seems to be
Lich
lich. You know, just hang them up,
Yummy.
dehydrate them. You find that bag clearly seems to be some form of bag of holding in his pocket. It's all icky and gooey off his sides or something like that. As for Opal, you begin to kind of like rifle among his pockets, trying to see anything that you might find that's interesting. You find these weird blue coins, 10 of them.
I guess I'll show one to Davix. Like, this magic? I'm guessing it is, but
Hang on, and I'm like pushing Opal out of the way because I'm still looking at Mordred's sword.
I want the body.
Well,
I
then
could just
hang
like
on.
pick her,
Of-
her like.
And then
hand
Mordred's
and
like,
shit.
of course he's not coming back. You paid for the best, boss, you know? Got Jane back her wand as requested. Does this mean a pay raise? Like, maybe this possibly? Yes.
Definitely.
Excellent. Excellent.
I want to talk to you more about this sword and where you got it. What you know about it.
He kind of like scrunches his eyes. It's like, considering the pay raise, I might be inclined to reveal my secrets. If I know them. Because I don't really know.
Perhaps I can help you find out more about the blade itself too.
I don't know. It's kind of fun figuring this out as it goes.
Well then, maybe you'll let me figure things out and I just won't tell you. Just to sate my curiosity.
Yeah, sure, whatever. Just let me stab things and I'll be fine.
As much as you want. Okay, what do you have, Opal?
This, and she like tosses one of the coins to him.
I look at it. Do I sense magic off of it?
No.
It's not magical.
So it's just old money?
Can I archaeolio? Yeah, I was about to.
Elven.
Archaeolio it.
Archaeolio.
Archaeology.
It's clearly elven in design.
How old is it?
Roughly 750 years.
It's very old elven money.
So it'll sell for more than it's worth.
Probably, and I'll toss the coin back to her.
Yeet.
Actually, if you wouldn't mind, can I hold on to one of those?
Why?
Research purposes?
One less coin for me.
You still have, how many was it? 9? And if it doesn't yield anything, I'll just give it back.
Fine. She tosses it back to you.
I'll grab it, put it away.
You know, have one blue coin, blue elvish coin, and Opal has 9. As for Dots, you've got a bag of holding with a giant dragon bone inside, and who knows what else.
She opens it up and she.
Ah, smells good.
Wait, don't eat anything that we can sell, please.
I cannot promise anything.
And she reaches in to feel if it's like only the bone or there's anything else in there.
You're not sure what's in there. Bags of holding tend to only bring out what you ask of it.
Does it have to be super specific?
It does have to be super specific.
Oh, damn.
I mean, you can just think of magical items and reach your hand in there.
Can anybody speak with dead?
Speak with dead?
Wait, never mind.
So.
His soul got sucked in.
Oh yeah.
I don't think we want to talk to a lich anyways.
Well, you can just ask and be like, "Hey, what was in your bag? We're looting it right now."
We want your stuff. Tell us what we can get. What's our prize?
What's the password to your computer?
Is the password?
It's 1 number 1 wizard.
Das is kind of like shaking the bag up over her mouth,
Glitched 420.
trying to get something to fall out.
Lich 420.
Is this a stash?
That's true. If you invert a bag of holding, doesn't it drop everything out of it?
Oh, let's try it.
Oh no.
No, it
It's-
just explodes.
If you
What?
put a bag of holding in a portable hole, then it creates a black hole that'll suck everything in.
Yeah, no. If the bag is turned inside out, its contents spill forth unharmed, but the bag must
Oh,
be put right before it can be used again.
Do it.
Before she does that, I'll tell her you might want to do that outside.
Well, how big of a thing could fit in there?
I don't know. No, it's not. It's not so much about how big the things are. It's about how many things are in there.
Das hugs the bag and she's like teetering on her feet, just clearly excited.
On the volume of the back.
She looks like someone who just got a really nice present.
Can you put a card? I mean, I put my airboard in mine.
What if you
Oh,
put
wait.
lava in?
Can I put my card in?
Oh wait. I
I
don't
can't-
think that's how that works.
So I can't put my card in that one. And she points to the Lich's bag.
Probably not, right, George? Like off the top of my head.
Give me a
I think
second.
I think it has
No,
to be
it's
enough.
too heavy.
No.
I think it has to be. I think it has to fit through the hole, doesn't it?
I think so too, right?
Yeah,
Who
the hole
who
doesn't
puts her
fit.
airboard in her bag of holding?
No, but I think the
That's because it's a special bag of holding.
yeah,
But
and
not- but
the
not a
car is a
car.
lot bigger.
But not a car, yeah.
Hey, is that staff still on the ground? The one that she got her
Oh,
finger.
Mm-hmm.
She distracts herself even just momentarily from this bag that she's obsessed with to kind of like uninterestedly point at the staff that fell on the ground, kind of like looking at Opal.
What?
Do you want it? I'll give you that if you let me have the bag.
Wait. I mean, okay. This doesn't count the content in the bag.
All or nothing.
Whoa, I don't even use staffs or that.
Are
look,
you
Let's-
sure?
Look, let's just see what's in the bag,
yeah.
but not all of it.
We'll separate the things in the bag, giving Mordred first pick, obviously.
I don't want anything.
Okay. Giving Das first pick, I guess.
We'll just
He already has that amazing sword. He doesn't need anything more.
Yes, but he is the one that took down the Lich.
I'm starting.
Respect his wishes.
Yeah, I'm starting to feel like.
Well,
I'm
any of
mining
us could have done it. You were just too scared.
I didn't see you trying anything either.
Well, you were the one in the heat of the moment. I didn't have an excuse.
Quiet, you glutton.
Look, it's if Mordred wants something, he gets first pick. I agree with that. But how about we just see what's in there first? What if we don't even want anything and you could have everything?
Yeah,
I like the sound of that.
Okay,
but
so
outside, please.
fine. We'll go outside. Come on, Dust.
And she kind of like walks back in just to quietly pick up the staff as well.
Yeah, this time it doesn't
walk
shock
out.
you.
I hope it doesn't have like a bunch of.
Does
dead
it shock
cats-
her?
It does not.
A bunch of what? Troops?
Dead cats in there.
You can have all of that, Dust.
Basil,
Why
look
does he
away!
have- Why does he have so many dead cats in here?
Basil, don't look.
So,
I'm gonna pick up the talisman of the sphere.
You pick it up.
Yeah.
Well,
And I'll give
I
it.
mean, it was in
huh?
Jane's hand.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if they had cheered it already or not. Okay, no, I'll leave it. I was gonna give it to her anyway, so she can keep it.
I pick it up from her hand and then put it back. You can have
Put it back. You've earned this, Pat Pat.
Stupidest person in our group.
What's up?
I said, who's the stupidest person in our group?
Opal.
what?
I vote that she controls the sphere of annihilation.
I counterpoint. She doesn't. That's it. That's all I've got.
Trust
Alright,
me,
fair,
we don't want Opal controlling something that sucks in everything.
Yeah.
Besides, she's a driver. She can't concentrate on two things.
It'd be like texting and driving.
Yeah. What keeps making all that racket? Like everyone's screaming in the back, oh, pull the sphere! It's getting too close! Quiet down, you got plenty of space. Scrunch together.
Wait, now with the talisman, does that mean we do have a little better control so like Jade could put it in the front of my car and
I think it's as
drive it that
fast
way?
as your airboard now.
Ooh. I want to drive and like just everything in front of me.
10
Yeah.
feet plus a number of additional feet equal to 10 times your intelligence modifier.
Yeah, so it goes 70 for her, I think.
Jeez.
Wait, that's also as fast as my car because you made it the same speed.
So we can't escape the sphere.
No. It can go faster. I can go faster than the car, the sphere. So no, yeah, you're right.
So we can't
So
outrun.
you can't outrun.
What kind of
Well,
piece
that
of
also
crap are we riding?
Hey,
It's only
What?
it's only 60 feet in combat. Outside of combat, it's faster. It's,
Oh, okay.
it's remember the reason I gave it like a low is because having a car in battle is just like it's not like it's weird. Like you're turning and you're doing all this kind of stuff to differentiate that it's fast, but it's like the fact that you have to maneuver doesn't make it that fast.
Oh, okay.
Might as well have a horse that is more accustomed to combat, or a car that is actually built for combat.
A motorcycle, you
A
say?
motorbike.
Okay, well, anyway, how about we get back to the shack and then we spill out the contents of the bag there?
Wait, why not here? If something gets destroyed, then like it doesn't matter.
Well, yeah, but because remember the horde of zombies that we passed?
Yeah, but this place has a sweet fridge.
Didn't
It
you?
does.
Take the fridge.
Oh, just take everything. Just body too. Fuck it. Hang it up on a wall or something.
Yeah, take everything that isn't nailed down, and he specifically stated nothing was nailed down.
No.
I specifically stated nothing was not even the stairs.
We like fall through them.
No. But now you guys have not only the talisman of the sphere, but a little bit extra from this bitch.
Fart ass.
You know what? I'm almost gonna write on the floor next to it, fart ass. And an arrow to it,
Rest in peace, fart ass.
fart ass.
Oh my god.
Oh yes.
I do it.
And so ends the legend of Fart Ass.
For now.
For now.
So are we all heading out?
That's what I would suggest. I'd rather not do it here, considering that the crypt horror might have more of its goons coming.
Fine. Can we at least do a little quick check? I feel like we missed a couple rooms and might as well look.
Yeah, might as well thoroughly sweep the place.
The anticipation is starving me.
We'll make the meal all the more sweet.
Why are you so hungry?
She just looks at you.
She's pregos no.
Eating for two. She just stares at you.
Yeah, Mordred
Stop it.
stares at you too.
Stop it, stop it.
And then Jane stares at you.
No, no. I don't like this.
Either way, you guys check out the house, leading you all the way up until the night. Nothing seems to be found inside, save for a nice place to settle down, it seems.
I mean, I'm down for taking a little rest before heading back out, I guess. Or
Yeah, I'm fat, happy, nappy right now.
Without
Wait, Dos, can you eat anything?
Aren't you the one that said anything could be food if you try hard enough?
Yeah, but like, I'm curious if she has and like knows.
I've eaten many things.
Have you eaten a grenade?
I would like to mark that as a first. Do you have one?
I do, and I want to know too. But also, I'd be losing a grenade.
Yes, I suppose it is a compromise, isn't it?
Hmm.
Curiosity is such an odd thing. But it might be tasty. It's not magical, is it?
I have these two, and she picks out like a regular grenade and the deep lead grenade.
Those don't smell particularly tasty to me.
Yeah, I've eaten one before. It's not very fun.
You ate several, to be honest.
Yeah.
You overdid it.
Just need to
Maybe-
pace yourself.
Maybe a little bit.
What about this thing? And she pulls out the magic detector. Little pendant.
Well, I could give it a try, but my stomach does feel a bit odd after that cheese. Where did you get it? I've eaten many things, but that.
The cheese. What is
It was
this
the-
cheese?
It was delicious. Don't you badmouth it.
Mordred's like, yeah, it was pretty good. Though I'm not sure
Huh.
it was cheese.
It's been fermenting for centuries.
Oh gosh.
How good can it be?
Magic cheese? Shrug? Assuming you all finish off for the night and head into respective rooms to rest up. Does anybody organize a watch?
I can do first watch.
Like
Okay.
you said.
Doss would do one.
I'll do first and last watch. How about that?
I'll do third.
How many watches are there again?
I don't know
Four.
how many. Okay,
Yeah.
I'll do third then.
I'll do
Okay,
second.
everybody, who has a watch?
Doss
Me.
would be down to do one.
Yeah, I'll do last watch with Azael as well.
Okay.
So who's first? Who's second? Who's third? Who's
Azael's first and last, and then I guess we need like some
Opal's
more in the middle.
third, and I think Arashi got second.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
So Doss will watch with Opal.
As though you start up your watch, just traveling the lonely halls in the manor. You yourself and you just casually checking about, making sure nothing snoops in the night. Until it's Arashi's turn. And Arashi does the same. Everyone's sleeping about and him just waiting, making sure nothing snoops, nothing kringles and nothing creaks. And then he sleeps, and then it's Opal and Doss. Each of you taking one part of the manor, making sure the highs and the lows aren't intruded upon. The broken window doesn't let anything awkward in. Make sure to lock that room and watch it carefully. And
Doss is kind of spinning the staff, walking around, all tough.
Are you gonna eat that?
I tried.
And it does have bite marks on it.
Was it like a taste thing or too big?
I need to find something to make it smaller.
You just like cut it up, can't you?
Maybe I'll use it, I don't know. It may be better as a snack, but we will
Sip
see.
on it over time.
Maybe I will ask one of these sleeping people. But I best not wake them up right now. The anticipation is killing me. I'm gonna wake them up.
Well, okay.
And she goes over there to the rooms, and she looks at the doors, and she's like,
I don't know which one they went into. Never mind.
But then eventually you do have to look in each room as your watch ends and you finally find a Zale to do the last watch. As you come out of Zale, you hear a weird dragging coming from the second story.
Oh, I just muted myself. I said, who else is with me on this watch? I think it was Davix.
Yeah, I said I'd take last watch with him.
What do you think it is?
Nothing good. Usually ever is.
Like a bird or something?
Sounds a bit too heavy to be a bird. I'll cast Arcane Eye and send it up.
Okay, I'll just wait for him to tell me what's up.
You send the eye upward and you control it with your hand as you raise it up, a Zale watching you. As you close your eyes to consider what it is in the arcane eye and concentrate on it. You push it throughout the room until you push it into an area you feel the sounds are coming from. And you see it. It seems to be Mordred dragging the undead body out of the room and towards a window.
Mordred seems to be taking out the body, and I'll start walking upstairs.
Okay, I'll follow.
Following him up, you guys get into the main corridor where the double doors are. You see him opening up the window and then pushing the undead body over. He's like, okay, and then this. Oh God, I think I felt this femur break. Okay, and you guys arrive at that point. Gentlemen, fellow watchmen, hello.
You need help?
No, yes, maybe.
Okay, well, what are you doing?
Tossing this guy out.
Okay.
Not comfortable with him around.
No, and it is normally my job, has been placed upon me in several other missions where I'm supposed to get rid of these things, and I forgot the last time. So, cleaning up, tidying up the place as he continues to push the lich's butt out the window.
Smack.
Okay, I go over there and help him.
And both of you chuck it out the window, and you hear it smack the ground.
What is this place to do?
No idea. Seems familiar, though. But couldn't be.
I mean, you do bear quite a resemblance to some of the people in the portraits here.
Do I? Fascinating.
Nothing of this strikes you as familiar?
I did mention to Arashi that my family did have some dealings with mages, but that all changed after the war not too long ago, so maybe? Just seems too familiar to me. Too familiar.
I mean, there's bound to be family records in an office here. So maybe we could help you piece together a connection.
Oh. Yeah, why not?
Alright. And then I guess I'll make my way to the office that we found the talisman in. Start rifling through any documents that I can find.
Mordred does the same, kind of like looking about, opening up books, taking apart and kind of like reading them. Family tree? Okay, why not? Nothing that I remember here. Yada yada. And each of you begins to look about into it. Azeo, I don't know if you help or you just continue to watch.
Yeah, I'd just go continue and like look around, do like patrols things while they're doing that.
I'd send Basil to be an extra set of eyes for him.
Plop as you bring Basil out. And occasionally you'll see a cat watching the borders of the areas that you aren't, Azale. 2 hours passes and everyone receives a long rest. The research goes on pretty well, Davix, as you find a book that you're deep into. And it seems Mordred is kind of like piling up books of his own, just kind of checking them out, glancing over them, page, down. Next book, page, down. Except you are specifically into what seems to be some research notes. Bramblebam research notes. I consider some type of dealings that he put back. It seems to be a combination of an accountant book and a research notice, pushing forward information between a group of researchers that he seems to have hired, as well as some types of ideas of his own. Give me a second. Researching up and down, now researching up and down as you continue to kind of like look through the book. Let's see. You find that their dates are a little bit awkward and their dealings are a little bit strange. The names don't ring out a bell to you at all. It seems to speak of dimensional travel, and as far as you can see, when it comes to the incantations written down, almost like a partial spell book, it seems to have some form of mitigation or understanding between planar travel, but of a different kind. These pages seem to date back roughly 500 years, if not more, maybe like 600, 700. And they tell of dealings from across this other plane that this mage was researching in. As you kind of veer through a little bit more, you start to remember that the Thayans did deal with a lot of planar travel, extra planar travel, not just to the elemental planes, not just to the astral, the higher and lower planes, but to planes of dimensionality, if you will. Different types of iterations of the world that each evolved in kind of their own sense. And even though that's very fascinating in its own light, the idea of being able to travel across other worlds that have different types of possibilities, different types of growths, the Thanes used it in the worst way possible. They gathered slaves from these worlds, being able to subterfuge essentially the dirtiest of all types of dealings, slavery, and not have to do the dirty work in their own world, go to other worlds that are not so used to magic, and subjugate them, bringing them to their world unwillingly, putting them into a completely new type of survival situation, and then dominating them on top of that. Kind of makes you think, as you begin to peer through the pages, the types of cultures that might have evolved from that type of situation. It's pretty obvious the cultures that have evolved. It's a very forlorn state itself. Half of it, if not 75% of it, entire slaving colonies that matured from the absence of all these wizards. This entire city just completely left in tatters. Going through it, you find that the experiment ends at some point in a communication between a set of men. These men stopped writing after a point, saying that the ritual was about to begin. This ritual set to summon some form of extra-planar entity. In this plane, there was some type of event that led this being from far beyond, the far realm it would be in kind of this state, to gather closer and closer, and they began experimenting on this creature with other types of human entities, goats, humans, even types of different animals, and see how it coagulates together. The bio-organic type of structure that this thing had allowed it to combine with other types of creatures and create almost an evolution of its own. And as you begin to peer through this research, you almost get a feeling that these things have almost a very similar type of structure to the flesh that's polluted this world 500 years ago. But the events don't put any type of place together. Even though this event took place 500 years ago, you're pretty sure this research took place 600, 700 years ago. By every type of account, these creatures that currently plague your Earth came from the far realm, or wherever they might have come from space, and so on, and came to this Earth. But 600 to 700 years ago, they didn't. They came from some other type of other plane, and there seemed to have been research into that type of creature. It seems to have come earlier in this other plane, but it wasn't as devastating as the one on yours. And the research ends there.
This creature was far more devastating than the flesh that we fought.
As far as you could tell, at the very least, research was put into understanding how far this creature could evolve, how devastating it can be. And it was apparently considered to be an apex of any type of bioorganic creature that currently exists, even farther than the apex of dragons.
I'm gonna stash these notes in my bag.
Mordred comes up to you. So what'd you find?
Nothing about your family, just some wizard stuff.
Damn. Same. I mean, some of it rings bells for some strange reason, but not exactly sure why. Maybe somebody told me a story like this once. That's how it kind of feels right now. But, yeah, nothing's ringing any bells.
Sorry. Okay. Yeah, sorry. Thought I could be of more help here.
Oh well. And he just walks out the room. That being said, as everyone kind of wakes up, Arashi, if Ray, you're there.
Yeah, I'm here.
You walk out the door and you find a note on your door.
I read the note.
Do you like me?
Do you like?
Yes or no?
Playing with my hair, I don't know.
Yes.
Circle yes or circle no.
And please mail to the bottom address below within 1 to 5 days. I sent it to you.
I fold the letter and place it into my pocket.
Yeah, and with that little letter comes, this tiny little thing.
I kind of toss it and catch it in my hand and put it in my pocket.
Everyone gathers into kind of the main room. Jane, Mordred, David, Davix, Das, Opal, Arashi, but not Azael.
Can I look through Basil's eyes to see if they're together?
They are not. Azael, Basil just kind of like shows up.
Where'd he go? Is he still asleep or something?
I pull out a letter.
What?
Shogun, if you will, read this to your companion.
And I am passing the letter to you.
Oh, fuck. Let's see. Dear companions, must follow the path destiny had laid before me. When I died, I thought my fate was sealed. Then that traveler came by and resurrected. With that, I believe my destiny has changed. I must go and pay her back and follow what destiny has in store. I'm sorry I cannot help you further. To my friend Arashi, I'm sure we will meet again. I leave my lucky die to you, so that fate will always be on your side. May destiny shine on you all, Azael.
Wait, so he just left?
Seems like.
I stick up my hand. I will take the letter back.
He did die after all. It kind of changes a person's mind, I would figure.
I'm gonna tear like just tiny corner of the page and then give it back.
He tore the page. I'm kidding.
Tear the page, lose your hand, pay the price.
Motherfucker. Either way, it's a new day, but you're one party member down.
Death.
You cut off. I'm not sure if you said anything.
Oh, I just said like, ugh, fate, destiny. Whatever.
I mean, he died.
Baka.
Baka.
I'm like, I miss you already, dude.
Alright. That's just crying in the corner.
You gotta use that die now, bro.
Dude, I'm gonna roll the die all the time now and be like, fate is on my side.
Arashi's like, I never got to tell him.
No, I pull out my pipe and I smoke one out for good old Azael.
Barnaby. I mean, Azael.
Our path hasn't changed, and I am still holding this cursed bag.
Okay, Das. Yes, you're hungry. Let's go.
How did he even leave? When did he even leave?
Probably in the middle of the night.
Why did you steal my car?
She just giggles. Fate's a waiting, bitch, and we gotta get there fast. Dang, dude, and I even found a theme song for
For when y'all
For
make
sure.
out.
Oh my God.
No, dude. Also, dude, I was like listening to some other song that was covering up Furbo, and I was like, why is this sad music playing? Then I read the letter, I'm like, oh no.
Yeah, I was trying to think of what Azael would do if he died, because honestly, he probably wouldn't have came back, but since
Damn.
he was already there, I was like, yeah, he would just follow whatever happened.
God damn it. But if the thing with Mordred didn't come up, I was actually gonna start talking to Azale about like that whole dying thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He might have given you the note then.
Yeah.
But he
Die
might,
once.
yeah, he might come back. I'm just think he needs to do that first.
Fucking end of every Avengers movie, Azale will be back.
Yeah, he'll be back 2021. Telling you, dude, George, he comes out there, you play the Nova Kid theme song.
Nah.
Yeah, dude. And it's perfect too. He's an ASMR, dude.
He's an ass. Come on.
An Asmere.
Man,
Yeah,
me.
Mirror.
Mirror,
ASMR?
Is mirror.
Asthma.
Because he leaves you breathless. Oh my god. He's so attractive.
Lord have mercy.
Yes, I'll have mercy on you.
So what are you guys doing?
Doss is kind of like pointing toward the door and just kind of like, doing the bobbing thing, where she's just.
Oh no, I just realized. The monkey would have like poofed by now.
The monkey.
Yeah, Ape is gone.
24 hours.
The monk.
He was so young.
Unfortunately, you no longer have a secret admirer. The ape is gone.
The ape is gone.
Well, I guess we're heading back to the car. Noble starts heading out.
There wasn't any other like bits of documents or anything that I found like useful or pertinent or anything, right?
No, it was only that book.
Okay. Well, I mean, at least now we can all ride in the car comfortably.
Yeah, I guess
I just
so.
look at David.
Always the right side.
I'm just trying to lift morale, I guess. I don't. Where it feels like we just keep losing people.
Yeah, it does seem that way.
Doss sweats.
Let's just
Me
I can't myself to
Don't
death.
worry about it.
Yes, and strange ones fill their place.
You would know, wouldn't you?
Yes, I travel with you all. You're all quite strange. Especially the hungry one and the money hungry one.
Admittedly, the hunger thing is.
We'll just like pats her belly like,
Coin.
Oh, you're pregnant too.
Ew.
Congratulations, David.
No.
Ew.
Mordred?
No.
He looks at his sword. No. No.
Nah, he's taken by Big
I
Debbie.
get it. I get it,
He's taken by
Arashi,
Big
but it's bad taste. I get
it. Mordred is way out of her league.
Fucking rude.
Agreed.
So where are you guys headed?
Back to the car?
The car and then the
Okay.
mountains. Let's go, dude.
The mountains.
To the mountains in the east.
That's
No. To
the
to
different
fake
direction
house.
than we were going.
Dude, I want my lightning blade, dude.
Oh!
Oh no, it's north of Fae, past the rushing Earth Mountains. Oh, we're already heading
Going in
there.
the wrong way. And you're
Quickly
just
to
like,
the
and you're just like, where is it, George? It's like, not here, baby. It ain't anywhere near you.
It's a good thing I wrote that down, dude.
All of you get into the car. Where are you headed to, Opal?
You said to the safe house, right, Devix?
Preferably.
It's like GTA, dude just rolls up with the car.
Right, just crashes inside.
I mean,
Runs over everything and anything.
oh my god.
Get in the
The
car.
library could
Follow the
work
train,
too.
CJ. Follow the train.
Actually, maybe the library would be better, so that way we can like identify whatever we find, or whatever's in the bag.
You mean outside the library, right? Because I don't want something exploding and then the keeper getting mad at us because
Yeah,
close the book or something.
yeah, outside the lab. Plus, it might give me time to gain a new spell or two.
To smooch up with him again.
Shut up, you weren't there. He was very gentle, okay?
Well, technically, she did see you being like, "I'm gonna talk with him
Yeah, but
alone in private."
you don't know what we did.
You probably
Only DOS has like an idea about something.
Oh, I forgot.
Oh god damn it.
So where to?
I guess we'll just once we get to the car, which is in front of the library, we'll just kind of chill outside and dump the contents of the bag.
Honey, I'm home.
Honey, I'm home.
Go kiss your husband.
My husband's.
Oh, you're right.
I have 37 husbands.
Whose bandos? I'm just writing.
It's very tragic because I love 35 of them.
A few of them are total dicks. They don't understand our love.
You just need a horse now.
A horse? Why?
To get real freaky.
Oh god.
Oh no. Campaign over.
Jeff, right?
Huh? Joan.
Sean?
Joan.
Let's follow our Zale instead.
With his new band of adventurers.
All normal.
Zale's Avengers.
Zales assemble.
We
All Asimars.
I secretly just wanted people that could fly with me.
He's just gonna show up with the Dragon Force. Hey dudes, what's up?
Funny story, by the way. We'll talk about that later.
Oh no. Oh no. So what's in the bag?
What's in the bag, George?
What's in the bag? Let's see. You plop the bag out, and a bunch of glasses just ding 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 ding, ding as they just wash about, beginning like go along the entire street and just like roll everywhere. In addition, a bunch of like scrolls and other types of stuff just hits the center, creating like this big pile that pops out of thin air.
Das's main eye is just doing the swivel thing. And she's just kind of like gathering stuff up, just looking through it, just obsessively.
As you begin to pick up stuff, you begin to pick up a lot of like the reagents, and the reagents have kind of piled up into one pile. A bunch of beautiful gemstones put together: black opals, blue sapphires, emeralds, fire opals, star rubies. and
She's
yellow
gathering
sapphires.
all the gems, just kind of like hoarding them.
Hey, wait, hold up. So we're sharing this, remember?
She looks at you and she just pops one of them in her mouth.
Oh, hold on.
Spit it out. Spit it out. Drop it. Drop it.
Can I try to catch it before she does that?
I mean, do you want to try?
You might
Seems like a great way to get bit.
Yeah, you might get bit.
Opal just tackles her.
Your hand might go in instead. And
Lose my hand to the void or save some gold?
Drop it and fight you.
Yeah, you're able to.
Never
I'll
mind.
see you're able to wrestle it away from her. Opal.
I leave them to their shit, dude.
But it's like wrestling it away from a rabid dog.
Okay. How about this? The two of you, and I point to Opal and Dawes.
Opal's like just about to bite Dawes. She's just like mouth half open, like ready to stop.
Back up. Let's count everything and organize it. Dawes, hands where I can see them.
She raises her hands, but they have gems in them.
Remember our agreement. And I look over to Mordred.
he looks back at you. We had an agreement.
If you want
Oh,
anything,
no,
we'll
I don't
pick
want
into
anything.
it.
No, I'm good.
Nothing at all. You sure before? And I like gesture to them.
Opal's like ready to grab one of the gems from her hand.
Kind of goes about all the stuff, picking it up, looking at it. Picks up like this giant metal staff, swings it around, all entirely heavy, beautiful elvish design. It's like, he tosses it to Rashi. If you want it, you can have that. Ooh, gem, slobbery, no thank you. Scrolls,
It works.
Everybody lick everything. You won't like it.
You won't like it. Everyone starts spitting.
Everyone starts spitting.
Patooey.
Patoo. He picks up a few potions. I'll keep these, thank you. And that's it.
Opal tackles.
Wait. Slowly. All right.
No fun, and she does it anyway.
I'm just gonna like start trying to like make I don't know, like an inventory list or something of like what I can see just from the piles of shit.
Sure. I shall type it into. Well, I'll type it into.
You had piles of shit in there?
Piles of shit in bottles and all over the place.
Ew,
He
it's made
was-
of grass.
The Lich was just using this as a toilet.
Leave it out, they pooped.
As a fart holder.
Jesus.
Oh shit.
With hair in it? Beard Hunter. Ooh.
Bring that one back to the chef, dude. It's kind of hair.
Faerun.
Okay. 11. See, it's.
Wait, is that the total worth of all the 11 gems?
Or are they each worth?
They're each worth 1,000.
Okay.
Ooh.
Okay, so split 5 ways is doable.
Oh, immovable rod. You can use that as the thing for your car, Opal. Just put it on your steering wheel.
You're right.
You're so right. And then they turn the car on, go forward, and it breaks the wheel off.
No. Backfire.
Oh
What's going
shit!
on here?
Nice.
What are you doing?
Somebody's
Nice.
cheating.
You get to roll 2, right?
Yes. Was
Jesus
it the same
Oh,
thing,
fuck.
but
They're looking
better?
the same.
Yeah, they are. No, wait, the second one's
You
slightly
literally
better.
got a +1 on one of the stats.
Yeah.
I'm a god!
He's cheating, everybody. He's cheating.
Everybody saw it.
How does it feel, Lord, to be inferior again?
2 spell scroll.
And that's it.
Okay. So everybody,
Wait,
since
what kind
Mordred
of
doesn't want anything else, everybody can get 2 gems with the remainder of 1.
Only 2.
Yes, only 2. You already have one in your mouth.
Oh, boy,
This one doesn't count.
Yes, it does. What is it, anyways?
I've already practically eaten it. It doesn't count.
I'll get it out of your throat.
Oh, that's true. These are just regular gems, right? Not magic? Or are
They're
they
not
magic?
magic, but they can be used for magical stuff.
Oh, like they can be enchanted?
They're not magical gems.
Oh,
Okay.
Oh.
not sapphires or rubies or anything.
She's just sucking on the...
Oh,
Well, she doesn't know. She gotta try and find out.
That's called a rich person's pacifier.
You ready?
man.
Okay, well, we can give 2 to everybody, so 2 to Arashi, 2 to Opal, 2 to Jane, 2 to me, and 2 to Das.
That's good.
That's good.
Is everyone good with that?
Yeah.
Okay, and then we'll just leave the one leftover one there, unless does Mordred want it?
Can I have it? Can I have it?
Wait, have what?
The gem.
The leftover
The
gem.
leftover
I
gem.
mean, I feel like Das might want to fight you, but
Yeah, she's looking at you. She's still drooling on one of the gems.
and that's also Arashi doesn't want it too.
What are we handing out, candy?
Regular gems.
I mean, whatever split amongst the group is fine.
Yeah, we've already split them up, but there's one extra.
I'll yoink it.
Oh,
I'm the poorest.
Right. Well, then the 3 of you can fight amongst yourselves. So everybody gets 2 gems worth 1,000 gold pieces each. And the 3 of you can debate over the last one.
With everything kind of dished out, everyone kind of piles up their stuff into their own, relative area. In addition, Arashi, you received a glaive if you so decide to keep it, an elven glaive. +2.
Yeah, I'll use it. Take it. It's good to always have backup swords.
There's Elven Mithril Chainmail if you want that too, Arashi.
Yeah, you could take the chainmail, and I'll take the gem.
Is there? It's Elven Mithril Chainmail. Mithril is definitely nice. What is Chainmail? Is that 15?
16.
So it's a +2 also.
So
It'd
it's
be
an
18.
18.
And Mithril makes it so it doesn't do any noise.
And no strength requirement.
Yeah, I'll take the Mithril Chainmail.
Yeah, of all of us, it seems you can keep it or sell it, but so you'll get that. Das, this seems up your alley. The strange potion with hair in it.
Anything, please.
And she puts her hands out.
So Opal gets the last gem. Yay.
Okay.
No, you can have the immovable rod. Or did somebody already take that?
Well, no, but there's still Jane.
Jane,
Left.
gem or an
You know what?
immovable
Jane
rod?
gets 3 gems.
No.
Yeah, why not give it to Jane? She was willing to give up her wand.
I think the immovable rod is better than the gem.
She can have both.
She can have both.
I'm gonna go for that.
She sees like Opal wants 2 things, but she doesn't care. She's like, yeah, Opal can have both of them.
No. We're splitting this equally. Pick one,
I'll
and
take
I'll
the
tell Jane.
gem.
Fine. I'll take the immovable rod.
Oh, well, I'll take the immovable rod if you want the gem.
No. You already said it.
Okay.
Are you sure you'll even find any use for that, Opal? And I'll like
Think of something.
I'll like shake the gem in her face. Money.
Do you want the immovable rod?
Nah, I'm probably gonna go for the scroll.
Weren't you gonna get that anyways?
Probably.
I can't use
but
the scroll.
no, yeah.
I don't know.
I was just gonna see what the scrolls were. I might end up giving them to either Das or Jane, depending on what they are.
Wait, the immovable rod is just literally that. If you wherever you put it, it just can't be moved from
You
there.
click
or-
a button and it can't be moved.
Yeah. So
Wait,
if
does
you have
that-
like, basically if you have like 3 of them, you can use them as like a ladder in the air.
You can also put it behind doors, and people can't open them.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's
There's
useless.
a lot of uses. Just get
you can do
creative.
that.
Yeah. You can like, if you use it with the rope of climbing, it'd be good too.
Yeah, you can. If you have a way of putting it in the air, it'll stay in the air where it's at, and then you can like put ropes around it or something. Activate.
Or
you
if
can,
you're
like,
falling.
Oh, that's true.
you could jump inside a monster's mouth like a dragon or something, and then activate it, and then anytime he moves,
He'll be like, "What the
Big
hell?"
ouchie.
It rips through his body.
Oh, well, she's deciding that. I'm gonna look at the spell scrolls.
Okay, fine. I'll take the immovable rod.
Well, if everyone insists, I'll take it.
Oh, money is nice too, though.
Well, I
Damn
mean,
it! No, now I'm not sure.
If you're not sure of what to do with it, give it to Jane, and you can probably figure out some smart stuff to do with it.
I'm really deciding whether I want more things for money.
I'm just gonna look at the spell scrolls.
You look at the spell scrolls and you immediately recognize each spell as they're connected to you. Partially anyways, through the text kind of going through your mind. Actually, one of them, not the second one. One of them's Wind Walk. You don't understand the way its incantation is kind of put through. It seems to be out of your current scope. As for the other one, it's Breach Defense.
The fuck? Is that one of the?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm gonna have to figure out what the fuck that is.
I can read
Okay.
it to you.
Sure.
You attempt to nullify the resistance of one creature you can see. The creature loses all of its resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage for the duration of the spell unless it makes a successful Constitution saving throw. The spell doesn't affect the creature's immunities.
Ooh. Level. Okay. Definitely need to we definitely need to sit down and learn some new magics. I'll say to Jane.
Hey, does sorry.
What's
does-
the weight of the Elven Mithril Chainmail, George, just so I can put it in?
Dude, let's say it's like 2 pounds.
Like 20 pounds.
Like 1,000.
Like
I know there's like a modifier, but I'd say it's like 2 pounds. It's like stupidly light for chainmail.
When it comes to magical gems, I know these aren't, but rubies are there any rubies in there?
There is a star ruby.
Oh, she's if that happens to be one of the ones that she gets, she's crunching on it. She's like,
Oh, this isn't even spicy.
Didn't know gems were spicy.
They're supposed to be.
and she seems not as excited about the gems anymore.
Yeah, it's not even cherry flavor.
It's not even red flavored.
Red flavor.
Are you sure you're not thinking of some sort of candy?
No, it is far more. It's supposed to be far more interesting than candy.
Never.
It's supposed to tingle a little bit.
Don't believe I've ever heard of gems being a delicacy.
Sometimes they burn.
I mean, whoever hears of people actually eating them, so.
My point exactly.
She spits the starfire ruby out.
Well, at the very least, I could help you figure out what that potion is.
Yes.
And she uncorks it, takes a big sniff. What's it smell like?
It smells like hair.
She offers it to Davix.
Can I Arcana, or should I just go straight to Identify?
That's up to you.
I guess I'll try Arcana first. See
You
if
try
that tells me anything.
Try to decipher it and take.
Oh
in
wait,
what
that
it
would mean
is.
trying it, right?
With Arcana,
Yeah.
essentially.
Never mind. That looks disgusting. I'll do Identify as a ritual.
Tap along it. See what you can decipher from its rough, intricacies and its general structure, its magical structure. And kind of pulling it out, you realize it's a potion of Storm Giant strength.
Huh.
Glug, glug, glug.
Like a
Not
dog,
sure.
just like.
Not sure. She just like that like courage gif with the mask.
I need to
Wait.
find it.
I found it.
Oh, yeah.
I hope it works. Oh no. Why isn't it working? There we go. Oh, I don't think it works. Whatever.
I know which one you're talking about now.
I don't know if this will be of any use to you, but it seems to be a potion of storm giant strength, I believe.
Hmm. It may do for my purposes.
And she, reach out to take it back.
Yeah, I'll hand it to her.
And she
What do you
attach
give me
it
for
to her belt.
it?
She hands you a spit-covered gem.
Deal. Okay. If everybody's satisfied, they've got.
Ah, I want the bag.
What do you give me for
Seems to have disappeared.
She gives you another spit-covered gem.
No, yeah.
She says,
Mostly all of us have bags of holding, right?
Fuck no, dude.
Oh, you don't?
He's
Neither
been
do
carrying
I.
everything
I don't
on
know.
his back.
too slow.
I have one. Opal has one, right?
Yep.
Does Jane?
No. Ah, yeah, she does. Sorry.
She does. Okay.
What?
Comes
Wizard
like,
fool.
yeah, dude. Fucking Silver Sun Academy sets up their kids.
Dude.
DOS doesn't have one then, does she? I'm guessing.
Nope.
Ooh, well, okay. I mean, unless Arashi wants to say anything, but yeah, I'll start handing it over to
That's
DOS.
She'll take it and put her stuff in it, shoving the lantern in there too.
Feel like we've made some good finds.
Is Soundblade force damage or is it thunder damage,
Thunder
George?
damage.
Okay.
Oh, that reminds me. I'm gonna show DOS the Windwalk scroll. Does this appear to be something that you can cast eventually?
What do you say, George?
No, it's a druid spell.
She shakes her head.
Opal's a druid.
Right, I guess I'll just hold on to this then.
I could take a taste.
I raise my eyebrow.
What? Everything's worth a taste.
Maybe later. Let me just try and see what I can gather from it first.
She nods.
Alright, well, on heading back. Oh, I do kind of want to, if y'all wouldn't mind, look to acquire maybe 1 or 2 extra spells before we part.
I mean, you can do that, and we'll just find the sword Arashi wants while you're, in there.
The sword Arashi wants is very far, by the way.
Bye, Davix.
Vroom, vroom, vroom.
Baron.
I mean, if that's something y'all want to do, though, I was kind of hoping Jane stay with me, so maybe we can both something new.
When George means far, I think he means like
Like far, I know.
yeah, like
Like
next session
loading
far.
screen far.
Yeah.
Yeah, like loading screen far.
Yeah.
No, I only have 30 minutes left.
A lot of
That's
time to do many things.
You say this, but
Yeah, we have the boy who wants to study here, so it's time to go to sleep.
nap
No.
time.
Just 2 hours.
Oh,
A
dude,
little nap.
2 hours. We wait 2 hours.
You just need 2 hours?
Yeah, I'm just gonna do a level 1.
2 hours pass.
Oh, sure.
So you go there with Jane.
Yes.
Okay. You'd see Doss following.
What the hell does a +2 Elven Glaive do, George?
It's a 1d10. Glaive is heavy, has reach. So it's a 10-foot range. Two-handed. And wait a second.
Okay, Elven Glaive. It's two-handed. Okay. There's nothing special about it being Elven, right? Elven just like that's...
No, it's just his design.
Okay. Alright, that way I just have it there.
As you guys go to the library, you find that Doss is right behind you, Davix and Jane. As for everyone else, where are you guys going? If you're not following to the library.
Can I guess I would follow to the library. Can I get more information on where exactly the Rushing Earth Mountains are?
You could try.
Well, yeah, I'll try for that, because if not, it's like literally just go north and search for the sword.
Good luck. What about you, Opal?
Oh. I was gonna go back in the library too, but
Go flirt with his mans.
no.
I won't hesitate, bitch.
That's Davix's man.
I'll kill
Don't
her.
have to be. Don't have to be.
I don't want him.
There's so much there to want. What are you talking about?
Ew. He's all multi-bodied and whatnot.
He's
I mean, and
37 times the man you'll ever be.
Good I am.
He's just misunderstood.
He's sensitive. Yeah, I guess I'll turn to Doth and say, was there something you needed?
and she's been kind of like staring at you ever since we got to the light, and she at this point is like Jane there, or is she kind of studying on her own? What's she up to?
She's kind of hanging about, like, so what spell were we gonna learn?
I guess that's what I wanted to ask you about. Was there anything that you felt that maybe was missing in your repertoire of spells or?
Not that I can think of.
Okay. That case. Maybe something. God damn it. And I was about to take a good spell to combo with the Zale.
I'm sorry. Destiny called me.
Destiny called. That cave. I mean, I just wanted to learn a simple spell that might be beneficial in case we're ever separated. Just a simple signal flare of sorts.
Oh, okay. That sounds neat.
Skywrite?
New.
Oh.
I think that's a.
That's a
I don't even
druid
think I can
spell,
learn.
I think.
Yeah. No, it's a new spell. Literally called Signal Flare. Would that be something you'd want to maybe learn as well?
Sure.
Okay.
Just think it's a halberd.
I'll point her in the direction of like where. Would I know the location like off the top of my head?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll point her in the direction and be like, give me a moment alone with Das. Would.
Gotcha. And she walks off into the large bookcases looking about.
I'll turn to Das.
You're not going to tell her, are you?
Tell her what?
I've told you, I've spent much time at this library. I've seen some souls pass through here. No one exerts control over its contents other than the keeper and you, I suppose. I wouldn't say of anyone I'd expect you to join their collective, but this existence seldom makes sense, wouldn't you say?
I don't know what you've seen or what you think you've seen.
Is that why you want to protect the library?
I don't know. If you think me wanting to join a collective like the Keeper, you're mistaken. The library is something else entirely, though. Knowledge needs to be preserved.
Why are you keeping it a secret? You don't wish to worry the little one, do you?
Something like that. I mean, you're more clever than some of the people I travel with. I'm sure you can piece together what they would assume, just as you did.
Oh, it's only that this eye tends to wander, but not always at the wrong time.
Clearly. Traitor!
He's what the ape knows. And from the shadows, the ape is watching.
Roll initiative.
Davix, I do want to make this clear to you. I think we should reach an agreement. I don't wish any ill will towards you. But I do get a bit unpredictable when I'm hungry. Perhaps you would like to at some time in the near future, make an offering to, you could say, the diseased and famished, perhaps to atone for these dark dealings. Perhaps it would also make you worry a little less about the situation in which I could relent this information to such a curious soul. You'd show yourself to be a wiser one if you hear me out.
Would be wiser not to threaten me.
We do strange things when we're hungry.
What are you exactly? Under all that garb and gauze.
If I knew, I surely wouldn't be stuck here. Not with you or these other folk.
Then let me make a slight change to this agreement then.
Radiant damage.
Radiant damage!
Oh, sorry, I thought it was...
Oh yeah, Doss just walked off like Azale did. I don't know. She said something about fate. Ignore the scorch mark on the floor in the library. Has nothing to do with it. Roll it.
Roll initiative.
Roll initiative.
I'm sure with the access of knowledge gained to the library and my own cunning, we could find some sort of remedy to what ails you. Maybe finally sate this hunger of yours.
Well, wouldn't I lose my purpose then? As a witch.
Or you'd complete it. Never.
I'm interested in what you have to say, but my hunger rages regardless of what you say. That part of the deal needn't change, I suppose, but if you have more to add, who am I to complain?
What is it you want? The scroll?
None of these things sate my hunger, unfortunately. Perhaps the scroll, but it comes back even stronger after such an appetizer, you could call it. I have come across some small morsels here. It is a part of the reason I stick around, although I haven't been able to branch out like I usually do. As you saw, there are others looking to do similar as I. And if not that, to hunt those like me. You have plenty that I could eat. You all do. I'm sure you'll find something.
And how am I to trust you?
You all have been so weak. This entire time I could have struck one of you down, but would I? Have I? I would have had a buffet before me.
You really believe you could take us all down on your own?
Weakened, maybe. But on my own, not likely. Not likely could I face the things outside of this library on my own.
So you threatened to expose these dark dealings, as you put it, and expect me to make another with you.
They come easier after the first, the second, the third, or whatever this is to you. However many you've made, they come easier as they go. This
Perhaps.
wouldn't be my first pact either.
Perhaps they do come easier, but less so when they actually ask something in return.
Are you trying to tell me they didn't ask for anything in return?
Davik stays quiet.
She tugs down her bindings to show another few sets of eyes and a big unsettling smile.
Do we have a deal?
Fascinating. It's not you've given me much choice, though.
She stares.
I'll stick out my.
She takes it with her own gloved hand and shakes it.
Squishy.
And I'll tighten my grip and like lean in a little bit. If you ever do anything to harm the young one, as you put it, I will kill you myself.
There's nothing in it for me.
And she grins.
So you say. And I'll let go of her hand.
She nods.
I'll reach into my bag and pull out the Windwalk scroll.
As you reach
As a
into
show of
your
good faith.
bag, though, you also cross over the book. That book mentions something known as the One. What did he put?
Strike you all down and eat. Damn it.
I could strike you all down and eat you. You cross over the book and find you remember reference of that one. And I don't know, you wonder.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Sorry. What do I wonder, John?
Of that one that's spoken in the book.
In the Bramble Blam, right?
Mm-hmm.
The One. I'll hold out the scroll to her as a show of goodwill.
And she takes it. She doesn't look like she could resist even if she wanted to. As she at least first puts together back the bindings on her.
I lied, Kathy, that you can use that scroll. I'm sorry.
Well, it doesn't matter because she's gonna fucking eat it.
That's exactly how you can use them.
Oh man.
You eat it and then poop it out.
That's when the spell happens.
That's when the magic happens.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Now what spell is it again? The druid one or what?
Windwalk to
Yeah.
druids.
Oh. Okay, I'll look into it.
With that conversation finishing up, or do you have anything else to say?
No, just thinking
No.
about the one thing.
A fearful being, as described in the book, one to fear in itself. A being that can consume all and become one with it. You do wonder, as the book details the reports placed in, the final reports, of a consumption unknown, of a regrowth, of a spread unstoppable. You wonder.
And I'll go back to Jane. Looking over my shoulder at Doss.
She's gonna get you.
Chomp chomp.
You hear some gunshots in the distance.
But with that, as you go to finish up, Arashi, you go towards, you've been searching this entire time for information on the, what was it, the Rush High? No. The High Rush? No. Sounds wrong. To my lips. Rishi?
Oh, I'm muted. Rushing Earth Mountains.
The Rushing Earth Mountains. I'm gonna write that down. Rushing Earth Mountains. And you find nothing. You've been searching constantly, and you're not sure if it's some type of like language barrier that's messing you up here. Stupid mages and all their weird kind of secretive kind of stuff. But you can't seem to find it, and Mordred comes up and he's like, "Hey buddy, what you looking for?"
Information, Morton.
Okay. I got it.
Something on the Rushing Earth Mountain.
Ah, I know everything of the Rushing Earth Mountains. Was born there. Okay, I wasn't born there, but I was born near there, and I know them because they're north of where I was born and lived. I've been there once. No, I walked by it once, but I've never been there. Heard it's dangerous. Lots of great people go there.
Have you heard of something called the Lightning Blade?
No, I have not. What is it?
I don't know. The book says it's a lightning blade.
Lightning burrito. No.
Yes, it piqued my interest.
No. Never heard of any lightning burrito. I have heard that there used to be storm giants in that area, but the place has dried up over the, centuries, probably millennia. And yeah, there's nothing back there but dry, arid, and cold places. It's frozen now. Very, very harsh. Only the strongest of the forewarned live there. Moss Noble, they call it. Yes, Moss Noble.
And that's the most notable place in the north?
It's the best place you're gonna get, close enough towards the Rushing Earth Mountains.
Thank you. That narrows it down quite a bit.
Always like being helpful. And he walks away.
I close the book and put it away.
And with that, the research ends, and the strange conversations end, and what you guys decide to do, you can decide to do next time. And we'll end the session there.
So what you got planned, Shoop?
I am going to be playing a half-elf paladin of the crown.
Oh boy. What's the crown?
It's like it's kind of like you worship like a knightly order almost.
Oh.
So, but specifically, what I was thinking, I don't know if, because I don't know a whole lot about if he's doing like regular Forgotten Realms deities or not, but I was gonna go with Torm. But there's a sect of Torn called the Eyes of Justice, which it's kind of like a heretical sect that believes Torm and like 2 other deities are actually the same deity.
Ooh, that's interesting.
Yeah, it's Torm, Tyr, and Helm. They all think that they're all the same deity. It's just different aspects of them, and that's
Man,
why
your
they're
paladin's gonna fucking hate our chaotic asses.
Well, no, that's kind of why I went with the heretical one, because they do things that aren't necessarily in line with what Helm does,
Oh,
or not Helm,
okay.
Torm. But her name is Euphemia Marymeadow, and she
That's the most beautiful name I've heard in a long time. Can you write that out? That's really nice.
Euphemia Marymeadow. She goes by Euphy.
Oh,
Lord, I've played this. I've role played this character before with the Lord, but I think the last time she was a blood hunter.
Yeah, she's a blood hunter. She
Oh
was in
my
a paladin.
goodness.
Yeah,
I
but-
can't wait
Oh, that's the other Matt Mercer one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that one fun?
The blood hunter? it was aight.
Because
It was,
I.
yeah.
Everything was less fun over there.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe that's why.
That's such a great name.
Euphemia Marymeadow. Yeah,
I was
she
like
goes by
remembering something, and then like I got triggered. I had PTSD of Rufio's campaign, but there was like
Yeah.
something that happened here. I forgot what it was. Oh, dude, I don't remember what it was, but I was gonna say it, but then George was like talking. I was like, "Oh, wait," and then I fucking forgot.
Mhm. Yeah, but I
You need to make
play
us
her-
some more emojis for this Discord server.
I play her like
Yeah, dude.
kind of like a mix between a valley girl and like she's like super bubbly.
I can't wait to hear the character voice.
Yeah, I want to save it because I do have a character voice. So.
I'm so excited.
But she's so. I guess I gotta talk because I'm making the character now.
Yeah, don't spoil too much, but
Yeah, I'm not gonna explode too much. I think I'm gonna use a pole arm though.
oh, that's badass. Hell yeah. Gonna do smite with a pole arm. What's that gonna look like? What?